Wait, so, my stance on what?
On this prompt, on the response to Charlie Kirk and the response to George Floyd.
Can you see the difference?
Right, but I want to hear what you have to say about it. Are you just going to post up in front of the picture and not say
Well,
anything?
summarize the top photo. What are people doing in the top photo?
Right. These I don't know if that's
Answer
from.
me. Answer me. What are people
Is
doing
that
in the
from a
top
Charlie
photo?
Kirk vigil specifically? Is it really? Is it really?
Wait, what?
Is that from a Charlie Kirk vigil specifically? Is
Yes.
it?
Yes.
It is. All right. All right,
Okay,
fair
so
enough.
what are people doing in the top photo?
They're holding candles up.
Okay. Okay, no problem. And what's going on in the bottom photo?
It looks like a burning building.
Okay,
But you didn't
so
need me to tell you
to
that.
me, and the reason why this photo is, and to be fair, I put it up on a different platform and where I talk to people one on one or in groups or whatever. And the crazy thing to me, the most eye opening thing to me is the reaction, right? One group of people lost somebody that they care about,
Yes, sir.
and was a great voice for them, and it has led to more prayer.
Mm.
Meanwhile, there's another group of people that lost somebody 5 years ago. They didn't even know. And most of them to this day don't even know that they're a career criminal. And they decided to go loot and burn buildings. How does that make sense?
Okay, well, I think it makes sense when it comes to the simple facts that it was an innocent black man murdered on camera, just like Charlie
Innocent. He
Kirk.
was a
Listen,
career
listen.
criminal.
Okay, okay. Did he deserve to die? Like, if you gonna stand on this point, you gotta understand that nobody deserves to die. Like, I hated Charlie Kirk to the utmost. I'm not gonna sit here and say
Well,
he deserved to
here's just a
die.
crazy idea, and just hear me out for a second.
Mm.
Maybe let's not have fentanyl in our system.
Okay, see, and that's another thing. You guys keep running with that, but a coroner went through and did his process, or I don't know the correct terms, or autopsy, sorry. And he said that he was killed by asphyxiation, by being choked out, basically. And you're still gonna tell me that he died from fentanyl overdose?
You think the fentanyl helped or hurt him that day?
I think it was the cop's knee on his neck.
I'm so
That's what
sorry.
I
I
think.
asked you a direct question.
And I
Did the
just answered your
fentanyl
question.
help or hurt?
What? There was
Did the
what?
fentanyl in his system help the man or hurt the man that day?
I think the cop's knee on his neck
Okay,
hurt
so
the
you
man.
refuse to answer.
I think the cop. No, I'm answering that. I think the cop's knee is
I
the.
understand. Once again, the question was very directly.
Listen. Okay. Now, very
Hold
directly.
on one
Very
second. Hold
directly.
on one second.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going to give you
Yes, sir.
one last shot before I drop your dumbass. Very simple.
All right, talk
Did
about
the
dumbass. You got that fuck ass mohawk.
Gotcha.
Stop talking
No
about
problem.
dumbass four
No
eyes. Fuck
problem.
wrong with you? You're 40 years old, nigga.
Gotcha.
Fuck wrong with you? I'll fire your ass up if you want to get like that. We can get like that. So, when's the last time you got laid? Oh, ugly ass. Oh, dumbass. Like, fuck is,
So
fuck
here's
is
the
wrong
difference.
with you?
Let me just
You look
explain the
like
difference to you.
you.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
What? What's the
Hold on.
difference?
Hold
What's
on.
the
This is the
difference? The
difference.
difference is I can get up in some pussy tonight. You ain't getting up
Okay,
in
sure.
no
Let me drop
pussy.
you,
The
and then
difference is you got that.
I'll tell your dumbass the difference. The difference is your dumbass gets triggered by my photo and apparently my hair, but there's nothing you're going to say to trigger me. That's the difference, right? So let's move along. I think it said Robin. Robin, where are you from? Robin? That's very peaceful, Robin, but I don't think you know you're up here. All right, let's get rid of Robin. Let's go with Phantom. Where are you from?
I'm from Tennessee. What about you, man? Actually, no, I'm probably.
I'm in PA. What brings you
Oh,
up?
nice. Um, Mainly to respond to that gentleman who instantly started to, straight go to accusations instead of be diplomatic or be respectful and actually speak to you in a tone that you actually deserve. Um, I agree with what you have up there. I think it's sad that a life was taken, but he was on substances. He was on fent. He was on things that The toxicology report actually came back and said, yes, he was on these things. That coroner that he was trying to refer to, no, the coroner said that he passed away because of these substances, not because of asphyxiation. And if I need to pull up a screenshot, I can.
All right, very good. Let's go with N1. N1, where are you from?
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm from Romania actually, so I'm having like an objective point of view, I think. Also
Of course,
in
you're objective because you're from Romania. And what are your thoughts? Go ahead, N1.
so my thoughts is that the other guy that just argued with, it was complete nonsense. First of all, because it's a problem of context here. The response to Charlie Kirk is because he was assassinated by an unknown white man, and the problem with George Floyd is that he was quite a victim, even if he had the guilt. So even if he had some guilt, he still died due to police brutality because police could have handled that in a different way, from my point of view at least.
Okay,
Did you
I
see the
appreciate
part
that.
Sorry?
where he
Why do
was
you think
harassing
that
them and
is? Why do
assaulting
you
them?
think two different groups of people lost people that they like and they responded in different ways?
Well, actually, in your first photo, the response to Charlie Kirk, I also see a black man. So I think that the problem here is not it's
I can tell you the answer
contextual.
to that. I can
It's
tell you the answer to
contextual.
that.
Hold on one second. Don't interrupt my Romanian friend.
No
Go
worries,
ahead,
no worries.
N1.
I'm trying to formulate thoughts as I speak. So, um, why do I think that this thing happened and the other thing happened with George Floyd? Because it was a lot of media involved. The whole Black Lives Matter movement, the whole that. It's just the problem with
Gay
us guys
movement?
is that we need to see through the fog and see that we're divided. That's the problem.
All
We're
right, I
divided.
appreciate you. Hannah, how are you, beautiful?
Hi. I actually have something to say. This is not just like all candles and lights. People are experiencing, actually, black folk are experiencing lynching.
Okay.
Did you hear about that?
Tell me more.
Well, two black men and
All right, Hannah, I don't know what happened. You went on mute. Go
sorry,
ahead.
my alarm went off.
You found that out after George died.
Huh?
Wait, Hannah, I'm so sorry. Hold on one second. What is your point, love?
Who, me?
Yeah, you're Hannah. Yes, baby.
Yeah, okay. So, no, what I said is I've seen like just this thing come across me, and I think it's just not okay.
Okay, what happened?
Two black men were hung.
Where?
One was in a university, the other one I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, but the one that somebody brought up in an earlier live was at, I think it was like Dixie State, and nobody knew. That could have been a suicide, correct?
I don't know, could have. I don't know.
So why are you coming up here quoting things where we don't know what happened?
Both his arms and legs were
Hold on
broken.
one second, Z. Good Jewish Queen. Why are we doing that?
Both his arms and legs were broken.
Exactly, yes. I was about to say that. His arms and legs were broken.
How can he do it to himself? His arms and legs were broken.
Yeah,
I got you. Okay, very very good. All right, so Z Gregory, tell me about my photo.
Oh, I can tell you the difference. If the police had seen the video and then said Tyler didn't do anything and let him go home for 8 days, that is when the injustice would happen.
I got you. So is that justification for looting and burning buildings down?
No, but there's the
Okay.
difference.
Okay, go ahead.
But you do see the difference, correct? In fact,
No.
if we had never even saw that tape,
Well, to be fair,
Barrett
Z
would have
Gregory,
never
there
been
is a
arrested.
difference, I suppose. But once again, nothing justifies the reaction 5 years ago. Nothing. Especially Z Gregory, when we have this, and I'll be honest with you, I think there's a lot of dumb, gullible people that fell for that propaganda in 2020.
Were there agitators
Wait,
in
hold
those
on one second.
riots?
Little Gregory, hold on one second, okay? I think there's a lot
I'm
of
older than
dumb,
you, bro.
gullible people that fell for the propaganda.
You look older than me, but I'm
But
older than you.
hold on 1 second. See, hold on 1 second. Let me teach you. You won't talk when I talk. If
I'm
you
smarter
talk
than
when I
you and
talk, I
older
drop
than
your
you.
dumbass. It's no big deal. Okay, so I think
You
a
look
lot of
shit,
dumb
but you're
people
35. I'm older than
fell
you.
for propaganda, right? Um, and maybe you're one of them, maybe you're not. I don't know. But there's more white people that die from the cops than black people.
Then
Statistically,
you,
there are more
uh,
people throughout the world. Z Gregory, how many times do I have to tell you don't fucking open your mouth when I'm talking? Okay.
oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Statistics, once again,
Stupid
they
fuck.
say that there's more people that die from lightning than black people killed by police in the United States.
Why you don't care about the white people killed by police either? You just boot
Once
cops?
again, I'm not saying I
You
don't
just
care,
bootlicking cops?
but
Or
Z,
you
the
just
difference
what?
is I'm not going out and stealing a new pair of Nike shoes and lighting the building on fire. You see the difference?
Oh, me neither.
Well,
So
they
we got
did.
that in common. Racist fuck.
Wait, I'm so sorry. I've given you nothing but stats. Stats aren't racist, just so you know. Numbers,
No, you are,
black
big
people can be
dog. I didn't
racist,
say the
white
stat
people can
where
be
you
racist.
are.
Numbers aren't racist.
No, you are. You're not a number.
Okay,
You.
what did I say that was racist? Go ahead.
Oh, you're a conservative. So that's just par for the course.
Oh, I'm
When
so
have you
sorry, Z
not been
Gregory,
racist?
and that's the problem, right? It's so
I
easy
don't
to
care.
say things like you're a racist. Okay,
Prove me
tell me
wrong.
something that I
Prove me
said that
wrong.
was racist. Go ahead.
Prove me wrong. Oh, your MLK is Charlie Kirk. That just shows you how horrible a person
Wait, Z
conservative are.
Gregory, you said that I was racist, and I said, give me something I said that was racist, and you deflected
Oh,
something else. So go ahead, embarrass yourself more. Go ahead.
oh, no. I don't have to prove to a racist. You'll never agree with me. So why am I wasting my time?
Don't prove to me, prove to the people that are listening. What is the most racist thing I have said? Go ahead, floor is
We're in the
yours.
same boat with you, big dog.
Wait,
I
what?
just
You
wanted
did
to say that I
what?
appreciate you having me up here,
All
and I
right, be
hope you
good,
have
bro.
a
You
blessed
don't
rest
need
of your day,
to.
man.
You're all good. You're all good. Just go. Z
Hey, I got a
Gregory,
question.
go ahead.
I got a question.
Wait, Z
Who's
Gregory, hold on, dumbass. You
What?
said that. Listen, Dave, you're a racist. Tell me the most racist thing I said.
Okay. Let's see. I didn't hear what you were saying earlier.
So you're just up here talking out of your ass.
Oh no, I truly believe you're a racist.
Okay, go ahead. Prove it. Prove it.
How can I prove to a
Z
racist that they're
Gregory,
racist?
and I'll tell you something that you are the poster boy for the problem in this country, right?
I say the same thing
When
too.
people
Am I
say
wrong?
things that you don't like to hear, you automatically call them a racist or a Nazi or whatever word comes to mind, and
Oh, you just say shit
you
that makes
are
me
the
think
problem.
you're a cool guy, but you don't say shit that makes me think you're a cool guy. You just say shit that makes me think you're a racist. That's not my fault. You say the shit that makes me think you're
Okay,
racist.
but Z Gregory, I've asked you 5 times now. Tell me the
And
most
I told
racist
you
thing I've
five
said.
times. I told you 5 times. Fuck out my face. I'm not proving to you why you're racist because you're not going to agree anyway. Fuck out of my face.
Fuck out of my
That's
face.
what I told you.
Fuck out of my face.
Your
Oh,
racist
Sigma.
side
I
is
appreciate
declined.
people like you,
Bro,
Z Gregory. I really do.
how are you 10 years younger than me, but look 8 years older than me?
Okay, sounds good. And this is the thing,
Do you
Z
think? Do
Gregory.
you think
You
personal
hold
stuff
on,
is
Hannah.
declined?
Hold on, Hannah. Z
You just
Gregory.
call me
This
dumb
is how
and
it goes, Z
stupid.
Gregory. This is not the
This is
first
what he said.
time. What
But now
happens is dumbasses
now
like
you bunch
you,
your panties.
Z Gregory.
Fuck
Hold on,
out
let
of
me.
here.
Z Gregory, hold on. Let me
You
Ignorant.
just
drop your
called me a
dumbass.
dumbass
You
and all
sound
this.
ignorant.
All right, who sounds ignorant?
That guy that was up here.
Where you from?
Well, I'm originally Dominican and Puerto Rican ancestry, but I'm in Florida. I'm 35.
All right, and what brings you up?
I just came to defend you because
Oh, I don't need defense, love, but I
I'm
appreciate
s-
you.
I'm saying on the post on the panel.
Okay.
No, I see you don't need defense. You're doing a good job for yourself. But it's just embarrassing, when people
Well,
come
I
up
don't know what to
here
tell you.
saying stuff like that.
All right, I'm gonna bring up a couple more people. Let's go with Bluebird. Let's
Hey,
go
what's good?
with Daryl. Bluebird, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from the UK.
What brings you up, mate?
Well, I wanted to ask you, like about the prompts. Do you think like liberals or leftists are like more violent than like conservatives?
Are more what?
Violent.
I think that I think the media is criticizing Trump for his comments about the radical left, and I think they are more guilty. Not that everybody on the right is perfect, but whenever you, for a decade, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying Democrats as a whole, have been saying that Donald Trump is a Nazi and a racist, and anybody that supports Donald Trump is a Nazi and a racist. That's what leads to the political violence that we see today.
Well, Trump has done some pretty evil stuff, right?
Okay, is he Hitler?
Oh
I
boy.
don't think so, but
Okay,
like for an
but that's
example,
what they've been calling him for nearly a decade.
like you know, earlier this year he like completely gutted like US aid. He like
Okay.
just completely got rid of it.
Eh,
You realize that like
Wait,
the
once again,
Lancet.
what they're Bluebird, with all due respect, they're calling him Hitler, and that is unacceptable. And when Democrats and some Black Americans come up here and things are said that are factually true, they just don't want to hear it, and then they respond by calling me a racist or calling Trump a Nazi or commenting on my hair. That's not productive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but like I see why someone would call him pretty bad names because, like, for an example, like the Lancet medical report estimates that 14 million people will unalive because he got rid of US aid, including 4.5 million
Where?
children.
Where did wait, hold on. So you're saying Donald Trump got rid of US aid, and where
Yeah,
did the 14 million people die from? Where?
they're going to, not that they
They're
have.
going to. Okay. So when we reach 14 million, come back, we'll have a conversation.
Well, it's
Let's
estimated. You
go
can
back
read the
to and
methodology.
by the way, Bluebird, you said you're in the UK. Trump is flying to your country today, so I hope your dumbass gives him a warm welcome.
Yeah, well, I'll post in the comments. You can read their methodology. It's estimated
Bluebird,
that 14 million
I
people
don't
will
give a
die.
fuck. Point blank.
But
Okay.
even if they're
Oh wait,
wrong by
Bluebird,
like
I said I don't give a
90%,
fuck. So let's go up
you
to
don't.
Daryl. Daryl, where are you from?
Currently in North Carolina.
And what brings you up, kind sir?
So I think you were trying to get an answer to a question of whether or not you're a racist, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So my inference to that is, would you be willing to trade places with a black person?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. So
Daryl, let's not go
should
down
I?
this. Hold on, Daryl.
You
Is
already asked the question though. You already asked the
not
question.
first of all,
So
Daryl, stop,
so
stop, Daryl,
that's the context.
Daryl. Don't say
Speak. Go
ask.
ahead and
You
speak.
sound very
Speak. Go
dumb.
ahead. Speak.
Do not
Speak.
say
Go ahead.
ask.
Speak.
You sound very dumb. Do
I'm
not
Southern.
embarrass
That's
yourself.
called dialect. I'm Southern. That's called
Okay.
dialect. You
Wait.
sound dumb
What are
not
you talking about? I
understanding that.
talk to
It's called a
pretty
Southern
a lot of
accent.
Southern people. They don't
It's
say
called
ask.
a Southern
Dumbass.
accent.
All right.
I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass.
Regardless, so I will
You're
say
Abe
this.
Lincoln, short
Wait,
brain,
Daryl.
flat top cut, and you're afraid to answer a simple question. So here's the thing:
Daryl, is there Daryl?
you're not arguing
Daryl.
in just and truth.
Okay.
We know you're not arguing in just and truth. So
All right, Daryl, your dumbass could come back up. I'll ask my question. Then your unhinged dumbass could come up and answer. The simple question is, me as a white man, regardless of the haircut you want to comment on, is there anything I could walk out my front door and do that you cannot? Simple question. Give me the answer.
Sorry, can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, judging from the conversations that you aren't really allowing the other guy to speak, even if like he needs to speak the whole idea and you stop him.
Well, coming into the panel asking if he would trade to being a black guy wasn't the right way to come in, don't you think?
I'm sorry.
He's
I'm sorry.
already
I was
coming with
trying
the
to speak
wrong
something.
mentality.
Wait,
I'm sorry. I was
Romania,
yeah.
listen to me. Go start up a live, run it the way that you fucking want, okay?
Yeah, but you're not willing to
Oh,
debate.
okay. Here,
You're just willing
Romeo,
to
Babe, I
see
just
ya.
argue.
wanted to say good
See ya.
That,
morning. This is the
What's
first
up,
time I
Sharon?
see
How you
you.
doing,
You look
baby?
so adorable. Good
Sharon, you looked
morning.
adorable the other day when you were in here drunk as fuck.
Oh my god, you look so adorable.
All right, you're very sweet. All right, so Daryl, the question
But
is
you know
very
what's crazy?
simple.
This whole
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Desiree. Hi, my Dominican princess.
so what's crazy is like this whole Charlie Kirk thing sparked a lot of situations where I feel very uncomfortable with my black community. All my life I've defended half of who I am with all my heart. And at this point, I can't see myself defending you guys because you guys just literally are at this point being ignorant to facts. And that's where you lose me. And I've seen a lot of racism from the black side. And I've always said, oh, it's not possible for a black person to be racist. And now I feel very differently about that because I've seen it happening and I've been hearing it happening. And for you to come out and call a person racist just because they don't agree with you or they stand up for their own people like you do is insane.
This happens all the time. They say
Like if
they,
if if a person is white and they're a white American, they have every chance, just like you, to defend their people and themselves without being called a damn racist. And I'm so sick of it.
I
So
appreciate
can
that.
any of
But to
y'all
be
define
fair,
racism?
hold on, Daryl. I'll
Can
get to
any of
your
y'all
bitch ass
define
in a second.
racism?
Hold
Nah,
on.
ain't no hold on, bro. Ain't
Hold
no
on
hold
one
on.
second.
Because
When you
this
come
type
Uh,
of
out and
rhetoric
call
is
someone
what's
a
wrong with
racism,
America.
that's being
I'm sick of
racist
you
because you
triggers.
have
I'm
no
sick
reason
of
to
you
call them a
triggers. That's
racist
y'all new
just because
name.
they're white.
Y'all are triggers. Y'all are
wait,
triggers
I
with the
don't
big
understand what
ER.
that means.
Y'all
I
get
haven't even
triggered
said
by
nothing.
facts.
I
Y'all get
What
literally
triggered
said
triggers
by
good
with the
myths.
hard
morning,
Y'all
ER?
Dave,
all are
and I
triggers.
said
Bro,
good
just
morning
because
to
a
Triggers.
person's
Desiree.
white doesn't mean they're
Triggers. Y'all
racist.
get triggered by
You would have
facts. Y'all
never
get
helped
triggered by
George
people that are
Floyd. You would have
intelligent.
never
Y'all
helped
have
the guy
smooth
like that.
brains and don't understand the
Cut the
facts of
shit.
life and don't understand that you're creating conflict. You all are
Black people
creating the
don't help
conflict
each
that you want to
other.
see.
They don't help
That we
each other.
do have.
Stop blaming other
Let me
people.
give you an explanation. I'm gonna explain racism to you. Racism is a system that exists for a group of people that maintain authority. So that's why in America,
Well,
black
there's
people can't be
enough black
racist.
people
Yeah, it's
has been in
true. Black
authority at
people in
this
a country
point.
full of
We
black
need to
people
let it
could be
go.
racist, but not in America. The word you're looking for, the
Daryl,
word we really
Daryl,
want to give you
Bro,
all
Daryl.
there's
is
black people
bigoted
in every
and
single
prejudice.
position in
You all
America
are
at this
bigoted.
point.
You all are bigots and
Let it
prejudiced. That's what
go.
it is. You all are bigoted and
If that was the
prejudiced
case, you
who
wouldn't be
happen to
up
live
here
in a racist
talking.
system.
You wouldn't
Bro,
So
even
I
be on
literally had a
understand what
panel
TikTok
racism
yesterday
is
speaking about
before
the
you start
talking how
saying
situation.
you're
that you're not
talking.
racist. You are a
You
racist,
sound
you're a
ignorant.
bigot, and you're also prejudiced. So
And
understand the
black people don't know
concept
how
and
to
the
talk
term
without cursing.
terminology.
Y'all
Go
don't
read
know
a
how to have
book.
a
Go read a
conversation,
book.
actual
Go understand
conversation. That's why no
English.
one
Go
want to
understand
talk to you. And then you
definitions.
want to call
You
them a
all are
racist.
racist, bigoted, and
Because you don't know how
prejudiced.
to shut
That's the
up. You don't know
term.
how to have a
No, I
conversation.
did shut up, and now I'm coming back
No,
with
all
facts.
you do
And
is
go
run your
define the
damn
word
mouth,
Oh,
probably
racism.
like your
never
Go
mom
mind.
define the
does.
Okay.
word racism. All you can do
All
is
right, just
cuss.
hold on
You
Nah,
one
use
nah,
second.
get
words and
Hold on
out.
one
terminology and
second. Hold on
You
definitions.
one
sound
second.
ignorant.
All you can
All
do is
right.
curse. So I'm gonna leave now, but all of you understand that you're racist,
Do you want to
bigoted,
be a white
and
Who's
person?
prejudiced.
Like,
racist
what kind of
though? I
question
didn't
was
even
that?
say
You come in here
anything.
asking him
All
that?
right, he's gone. He's gone. He
I didn't
left.
even say yo, Dave. Literally,
What's up, Sharon?
I had the same panel. I said, can BLK people be racist on my panel? You you know
Bro,
how
this
many
guy's the
people you
perfect
know
example of why
how
people
many
don't
people
talk
came
to
onto my
us.
panel saying yes and saying no, and it was so it was so crazy. It was so intense. The black people that said yes, they can be racist. They would on the other side, they would chew them the fuck up and be like, "Oh, you're not for
Exactly. They
us."
want to be
Blah 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 blah
separated.
blah. Like, no, that is not okay, man. That is not
Yeah, they
okay.
want to be separated just as bad, and then they want to point a finger only at whites.
Being prejudiced, being bigot, and being racist is literally all in the same category. Like, I
You
don't
have
get
to
what the
look up
difference.
this interview with Charleston White. Look it up about George Floyd. It's hilarious because he was saying George Floyd was basically a crackhead. And if he was in the street asking you for money, if he was in the street needing help, no black person was going to be helping him. But the minute he passes away, everyone's worried about him. Oh my God, how could they do this to him? And it was true.
All right, just hold on one second. Let's go with Jay. Jay, where are you from?
What's going on, man? I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
And what brings you up?
Yeah, man. I just been seeing a lot of conversation around the Charlie Kirk thing. First of all, I don't think that it's ever justified for somebody to get unalive for their opinion. And it's crazy because now that I have conversations with some of my friends and people that I'm close with, I see that a lot of the things that he's said have been taken out of context. Now, will I say I agree with everything that he said? No. But a lot of the stuff that he said, I can't even sit here and say that it wasn't truth in that. And so now I feel like, with his unaliving and, the backlash coming from it with the whole left and right thing, I think it's more of a thing where just like people just don't understand how to disagree anymore. And it's crazy because I was actually watching one of the talks he was having at a college campus where he was saying how dangerous it is for people to disagree and not be able to communicate and have a conversation anymore. And that, tragically ended up to his like unaliving. So it's crazy, but I just wish that more people would be able to sit down and have like a real conversation as opposed to just getting triggered by hearing certain things, certain sound bites without doing the due diligence to look at everything in context.
Well, to me, Jay, this is not a left versus right issue. It's not a white versus black issue. It is point blank. It is people that have facts on their side to back up what they're saying versus people that are offended by facts. They're offended by reality, and that leads to them getting triggered. All right, just point blank. That's where we are at as a country right now. Sweet, where are you from?
Alabama.
And what brings you up, love?
I'm not going to stay up long because I'm a caregiver for veterans, and I'm going to I know you might even already know this. I'm not saying you don't, but in the last few days, I usually just listen in the comments, and I may comment every now and then because I don't want anyone to hear me talking on here. That I want them to live their own life around me. So if you've noticed the last couple of days, we have a lot of foreigners coming up here. A lot of them from the UK. That first guy, I wish you would let me up when he was up. The first guy, last night I was on a panel with him. These people are here to do nothing but cause division in the United States.
All right,
That first
I'm
guy,
with you.
I watched him last night. So be careful. Any foreigners, boot them. They're
All
spreading
right, thank you,
propaganda
sweet.
in the
I
United
appreciate you, love.
States.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
Go ahead.
but yeah, I just wanted to warn you guys. There's a lot of people that are not even from here. They're trying to cause division in our country, and we don't need any extra help. We've got enough going on. It's ridiculous. What I would say, and I've thought about starting a live just so I could say, and even though I don't like this kind of language, mind your own damn business. You know what I mean?
It's
Very
hard to
good.
tell
All
though,
right.
girl. I mean, how do you know that they're coming to divide us? I mean, just because they're
Well, listen to the
foreigners.
rhetoric. Immediately, as soon as they come on, they're talking to.
All right, I'm just going to restart. Don't take offense. Don't go around the app saying that I'm a racist for the next 6 months. It is what it is. All right, I'm just going to restart and see what we got, okay? All right, where are you from?
From Chicago, brother.
Are you ready for the National Guard to come into Chicago?
We ain't worried about National Guard, man.
What do you mean?
We don't worry about the National Guard. I don't know
Oh,
how
you'll
else to
be the
say
first one to run back inside that house when the National
it.
Guard shows up.
We already
Uh,
deal with Chicago police. There's nothing different.
all right, so are you for the National Guard coming to your town?
Not at all. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, why?
Because the young men here tend to be a little bit more confrontational with law enforcement. National
All right.
Guard will
So,
pretty
just
much.
hypothetically, the National Guard comes in there for a month. Do you think murders will go up or down?
I think it'll stay the same, honestly.
Wait, Chicago, you were here quiet. Were you in here before?
You know it, yeah.
Weren't you the one that said you were going to fly to fucking Julian and beat that ass?
Yeah, I was in Seattle. I told you when I figured I already had plans and shit. But I already followed Julian. You'll see the video when you see the video.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm waiting for you to. I'm waiting for that. Brittany, where are you from, love?
I'm from Wisconsin.
What brings you up?
Just listening to everything that was said. I was trying to chime in before, but it got really heated.
Why do you think that, number one, not only is my photo the two different responses, but even to having a conversation, there's two completely different responses? Why is that?
Why do I think that there's a division in the photo?
Not a division. I'm talking about you have listened to the conversation where I feel that I'm giving certain people facts, and there are people that don't like the facts, so they want to criticize, call me this or that, or criticize this or that. I don't
I
get
mean,
that.
the response since what happened last week, I mean, it speaks for itself. That's why there's photos like this going around and they exist, because there's been vigils held and a huge response to people showing support, and nothing like what happened in Minnesota. So, I mean, it speaks for itself.
I'm with you. All right, quiet. I know you. Digits. Where are you from?
From the States.
All right, very vague. I like
California,
that.
Florida,
What?
a few different states.
No problem. And what brings you up here this morning?
I don't think you're stating any facts. I think you're lying about a significant amount.
Sure. Tell me what I lied about.
The people in general, your specific statement, I forgot what it was, but the picture
But
does
hold on,
not
digits.
depict.
Let's just digits. So
I'm
this
gonna.
is digits. Hold on, dumbass. So how are you going to come up here and say, Dave, I think you're lying?
When I said here, slow down, you idiot. When I said you, I was responding to your chat. I'll make it clear that what I heard in your chat, your channel, you're a host, was not facts.
Okay, what
Let me
was
be
said
clear
that
with
was
that.
in?
That was a
Okay.
distinction. I made the
Hello.
distinction and
What
corrected
was
myself.
said that was inaccurate?
For one, the specifics of black people being racist from the last person that was on
Okay.
basically said.
Okay. So they're not here anymore. Did I say anything inaccurate?
I didn't specifically say
Okay,
you
digits.
as
That's
in you.
fine.
I
Then
said it as
just
the host.
listen.
Let's go off your picture. Let's talk about you.
Digits.
It's your picture,
Okay,
right?
go ahead. Are you saying my photo is inaccurate?
Correct. The photo of the response of two different
Okay,
things.
so this is a prayer at Liberty University that happened. The bottom photo is coverage from 2020 after George Floyd died. How is that inaccurate?
So the response, can you put a photo of the people in California that I saw with my own eyes at a Charlie Kirk vigil chanting "White men fight back"?
Okay.
Can you put that photo up?
How would I? Okay, so how would I put a photo up of?
I'm just saying, if you're going to represent,
innocent.
if you're going to represent the response, why don't you put that up?
Okay, so just simple question. Has there been more prayer throughout the country, or has there been more?
It was a response
Hold on,
and a racial response.
Digits. Listen, I'm just telling you right now. I'm going to be very blunt with you. People on your side cannot have a conversation. Okay, so don't prove me right. Okay, so have a conversation. All right. So the question
You're not
is
asking a question. Ask a question.
very simple. Has there been more prayer in the last couple days, or has there been more vile chants in the last couple days?
Vile chants from? Are you talking about your side? What side are you talking about?
From
Restate the question.
I guess the white folk. That's what you're getting at. So let's just go with that.
Say that again.
No, there's a big difference.
I don't understand your
between
question.
the two
Repeat it.
Types of unalivings. You do realize that, right? So the
Hold on
question
one
you're
second.
asking
Hold
is
on one
really
second,
unfair.
good doctor.
It's very unfair.
Digits. Has there been more? The point of my photo is there has been more prayer throughout the country.
But context is important.
Wait, hold on one second, doctor.
So George Floyd was unalived by a police officer
Hello?
in uniform.
Why
that is the point I was getting.
Right?
Hello, Curtis Doctor. Why the fuck are you talking when I'm talking?
Whoa,
because
calm
you're
down. It's like
asking
you're getting
questions
triggered just
that
because
should
of
be
So
answered.
facts.
That's why.
Don't
I'm
get
talking to
triggered
You're
bitch
because
trying
ass
to
people
number
are
corner
one.
that
spitting
When I
guy,
want to
facts.
talk to
but he
bitch
may
ass
not
number
have the
two, I'll get
answers.
to
I
your
do.
dumb ass.
I
All
have
right.
the
So
Don't get
answers.
Digit,
triggered
okay?
over
You want me
facts,
Has
to
there
answer
man.
the
been
Don't
more
get
question?
triggered over
prayer?
facts.
Or do you want to run away from
Okay,
debate?
hold on one second. Curtis Doctor, I'll bring your dumb ass back up after this bitch ass is done. So has there been more prayer or more vile chants by white people since Charlie Kirk passed? Answer directly.
But it's not a question comparing the two, right?
Okay. All right. So
How is
next,
it? How is that
once
comparing
again,
the
people
two?
could judge on
Wait,
your answer.
all you
No
have to
problem.
do is make a
Hold on, digits.
comparison
Hold
that would
on.
make
Very
sense.
directly. Has there
My
been more
question is the comparison
digit?
doesn't make sense. So
Digit.
why are you putting that up? Do
Hello,
you
digit.
understand?
Has there
Do
been
I have to like
fires?
draw it in crayons for you? I'm saying the two situations are not
Hello,
comparable.
digit.
So why are you comparing them? That is my question to you. Can you
Gotcha.
answer it or not?
Digit. Digit. Has there been fires set in the last week? Has there been looting in the
Answer it
last week?
or not.
All right, digit. Very good.
No, compare the two
Digit.
scenarios.
Once again, let me help you dumbasses that are coming up. Answer my question directly, or I move on to somebody else that's just as dumb. No big deal. No big deal.
Ho- host.
Yeah, go ahead, Chicago. What do you got, bro?
So I think that whatever whatever we want to look at the bottom, me personally, I think is necessary, right?
Okay, so are you're saying the fires and the looting in 2020
But
that
necessary,
was
yes,
necessary?
they were necessary. I think that the problem is we did it in the wrong places.
Wait, what?
That it was done in the wrong areas. That's where the problem lies. But I think that it was necessary. So
Where
I
should they
think
have been done? Okay, no problem. Where should they have been done at?
more wealthy areas.
Okay, okay. All right, fair enough. Alex, where are you from, Alex?
Yeah, I'm 30. I'm from Massachusetts.
And what brings you up, love?
I'm just kind of, I don't know. I think I'm kind of in shock in the response in how people are handling this. I think it's kind of weird. You're not noticing people react in a violent manner. You're noticing them actually go out, hold out candlelight vigils. More people went to church this past Sunday than anything else. I'm very confused in how people are trying to pivot and start things up in a different direction and say, well, I feel, really bad for him, but there's always a but after that. So it's really
100%. I agree with you. Down in the corner, I think it says lady. Lady, where are you from?
Virginia.
And what brings you up, love?
I didn't know if you were just taking opposition, but I'm not opposing, so
No, you're fine. Just this guy, I feel, is opposing. So, Curtis, you were interrupting me earlier. And
My
what was
sincere apologies.
okay? What were you trying to say, sir?
So you were asking that poor gentleman, trying to corner him by saying, has there been a more violent response to the brutal unaliving of George Floyd as compared to the brutal unaliving of Charlie Kirk? My answer was that the two are very different, and you know that, of course, right? Because
Right. One was murdered because people
by a police
disagreed with him.
officer.
The other one
Yeah.
died of a fentanyl overdose.
So one
I mean,
was
let's just call it for what it is. Go
choked to
ahead.
death by a uniformed police officer who is meant to protect
Debatable.
people.
No problem.
The other one was brutally murdered by a psychopath, presumably from a building 200 yards away. Okay? So when people protested against George Floyd, and I don't condone violence and I'm entirely against it, they were protesting the state and they were protesting a police officer who is meant to be responsible for other people's lives and act in accordance with the law. At the moment, there is no police officer, thankfully, involved in the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. I'm sure if a police officer had done this evil deed on him, then there would be an equal amount of protests or even more.
Okay,
So
so
you
let's
have
just
to
keep
get
it
the
very
Wait.
simple.
context right.
Can I
You're being very
say something
misleading.
to him? No, anger is
Go ahead,
anger.
Liz.
It doesn't matter how or the why. Anger is anger, and a lot of people are upset about what happened to Charlie, and a lot of people are taking to the streets. As you can see, they're praying all over the world. There is a difference between liberalism beliefs and how they react versus
There's also a
conservatism
difference between a police
beliefs and
officer
how we
unaliving
react.
someone and
There
a
is a
lone
complete
gunman.
difference. Liberalism teaches that violence is okay because when we're angry,
No, that's not what
yes,
liberalism
yes, it is.
teaches.
Yes, it
That's
is. You see them
ridiculous.
celebrating all over this
I
app. You see them
I don't know what
burning
you're talking about.
buildings,
Yeah.
hurting
Are you
people
telling me liberalism
when
teaches
people
that
are
violence
unalived by
is
police
permissible?
officers or
Tell
whoever,
me
the
a book
guys in
or a
the house.
source
Sir,
that,
be
that
quiet.
references that.
You're making a fool of yourself. Anger is
Absolute
anger. You're
nonsense.
justifying one.
No, I'm not
Okay,
justifying anything.
you
I
are.
told
You
you I'm
say I
against
don't
violence.
justify. However, they were
Condolences to his
angry. It was
family,
a police
and may he
officer.
rest in
They were
peace. But you're
angry.
trying to
They had a
conflate
right. It was a
racial
police
issues
officer.
and
See,
police
liberals
brutality
contradict themselves all the
versus a
time.
gunman
And you don't even need to tell me
who
you're a liberal. I
randomly
know you're a
attacked Charlie
liberal
Kirk.
by
You're
your
trying to
actions
use
and how you
you're trying to
speak.
use Charlie Kirk's
By how you
unaliving
speak.
as leverage against black
No,
people.
you should
You're
use
trying to
Charlie Kirk
racialize
as a
it.
symbol of
You're
what
trying to
you
be
should be
opportunistic,
and how
and
you
you're trying
should change
to
and who
you're
you should
trying to
idolize and look up
oversimplify a
to.
very
Instead of
complex issue. That's what
idolizing
you're doing.
criminals, instead of idolizing violence, you should look to people that follow Charlie and who act according to how he's been teaching
Yeah,
young
keep
people to
screaming.
act
Yeah, keep
All right, so
shouting. Yeah.
respectfully.
hold on one second, lady.
Liberals
So,
are trash. I'm just going to say it.
okay,
Good for
I
you.
can agree with that. They are trash. But Curtis,
I couldn't care
just
less.
a simple question.
I don't know
I
what
know
liberals
you
are.
couldn't.
I live in the UK.
I know you
couldn't
couldn't,
care
sir.
less.
Curtis, who was a better person, Charlie Kirk or George Floyd?
Well, I didn't know either of them personally.
Of
Very
course, neither
difficult
did
to
I. So
judge.
go ahead, answer
They
the
were both
question
equal
directly.
human beings, though. Oh, I'm sure you'll agree with that, right?
Very good. Can you answer me
Yeah.
directly?
So as human beings, were they
Wait,
equal?
Curtis,
Can you tell me?
please
You asked me a
don't prove
question.
me
I'm
right.
asking you one.
Curtis, don't
Can
prove me
you
right.
accept that they were both equal human beings?
Curtis, who was a better
No.
human
Okay,
being?
good. Go on.
Go ahead, answer me
Go on. You
directly.
didn't answer the question. That's fine. Go on. What's next?
Who was a better human being?
Okay, you tell me. You've obviously got the
See,
answer.
that's the problem, Curtis.
Let me
Okay,
answer that.
If
so
there is a
did you
gray
know both of
area,
them
hold on,
personally?
Curtis. I
Hold
gave
on,
you
hold on.
bitch
No,
ass
you hold on.
a chance to
Hold on. Are
talk,
you telling me
and you
George
didn't
Floyd's
answer.
family matters
Okay,
less
so once
than
again,
Charlie Kirk's
Curtis.
family? Is that what you're telling me?
Wait, Curtis, I wanted you
Are
to
you telling
answer,
me
and you couldn't
that
do
George Floyd's family means less to you than Charlie Kirk's family?
it. I don't give two fucks about George Floyd. Point blank.
Good for you. Well,
Okay,
now
I don't
the
give
truth
two
is coming out,
fucks.
guys. See,
Hey,
when you
hold-
touch
you
your own
understand
nerve,
that?
it all comes out. You see the violence. You see the
Right,
truth.
it's because
See
it's
the
so
aggression?
violent to say I don't give a fuck about George Floyd.
See,
A
you
man
can't
that was
corner me, so now you're
responsible
getting
for-
angry, aren't you?
Curtis.
First you're the smart ass,
Curtis,
and now you're
what-
just a brutal thug, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm the brutal
The
one.
biggest difference
Say it
with
again,
George
say it
Floyd
again.
is
What did
that
you say
he
about George
caused
Floyd?
it.
Say it again.
George
Go on,
Floyd
say it
caused
again.
his own unaliving.
Hey, host,
What's
let
this
me.
got
Caused
to
it
do with
himself.
George
Hold
Floyd
on,
anyway?
Chicago. I'll
What's
get your
this
dumb
got
ass
to do
in.
with George Floyd anyway? Why are you making it about George Floyd? I thought this
He
was about
deserved
Charlie Kirk. Why are
it.
you being an opportunist?
He deserved
What's this
it.
about? Why are you targeting George Floyd and his family?
Targeting? How am I
Just
targeting
to
George
make-
Floyd's
Yeah, you
family?
just said you don't give an
Oh my
F
God.
about him.
I
Why don't you have
don't
some
give a
respect for the
fuck
dead?
about George Floyd.
Oh my God.
Why not? Why
Why?
not?
Because he was a
Because
Because
he's
he
black.
caused it himself.
Because he was
He brought it
black.
on himself.
No.
Because he was black, right?
Wait, hold on, Curtis.
Dude, what the hell?
Why don't you give an F about him? He was a human being, regardless.
Curtis.
He had a family too.
Curtis.
It's not
hi.
Curtis. It's
Still
the
don't
Curtis
give a
doctor.
fuck.
Okay, that's
Still
great.
don't give a fuck.
That's fine.
Curtis,
I'm
you
not,
need Jesus.
Curtis,
Curtis, read
hi.
the Bible today.
I think you need Jesus more than I do, actually,
Hi.
at the moment.
Hi. I'm only trying to address you and speak to you. Is that okay? Can I do that?
You can do whatever you like. Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
I bet you your dumbass interrupts her. Go ahead, Alex. Or who was
Yeah.
it? Alex or Brittany?
Yeah, no, that was me. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I mean, I'm gonna agree with you and say that they were both human beings. Neither one of
Oh,
them
thank
needed
you.
to. Neither
That's very
one of
gracious
them
of you.
needed. I'm just trying to make a point. It's just that, yeah, nobody
So
needed
you
to
agree that
be
they were
on
equal
the
human beings,
Let
unlike
her
the host.
speak,
That's
you
good.
dumbass Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
ignorant
The
fuck.
host doesn't agree with you, but that's good.
Okay,
Okay,
hold
we're
on.
making
No,
progress.
no,
Go ahead.
Curtis,
no, that's
learn to shut the fuck up.
It's the Kurdish doctor. It's not
Jesus.
Curtis.
Okay,
You're
well,
not
I'm
a
not
doctor.
gonna
You're a
until I
cashier at fucking Wendy's.
Curtis.
Stop it.
Curtis. To be fair,
I've got
unless
3
I
degrees for your
hello,
information.
hello,
Act like it.
hello.
Go,
Like, are you
Alex.
good?
Go, Alex.
Jesus
So where
H.
were we? Oh yeah, so they're
Oh
both
yeah,
equal
like
human beings.
yeah.
Okay, go
Wait,
ahead.
okay, yeah. Wait, can you just stop for like 2 seconds?
I have no problem listening to you speak. I mean, sometimes, but it's just, annoying. But I also won't call you doctor unless I see an actual doctorate. So
Well, I don't think this is a job interview, so I'm not
yeah,
here
that's
with my
fine. So then I won't
diplomas.
call you anything but Curtis. So you're welcome.
But yeah, but my name's not
My
Curtis.
okay, thank you. So yeah, my point being.
Okay, I'll call you Curtis as well. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Curtis?
like you can call me
Okay,
whatever
we're
the fuck
both
you want.
Curtis. Go ahead, Curtis.
Yeah, you can call
You are
you
triggered.
can call me whatever the hell you want. It's
Okay,
not gonna
Curtis,
affect my
go ahead,
feelings.
Curtis. Go
Okay,
on, talk to
cool.
me.
So what I'm explaining to you is that yes, they're both human beings. They did not need to die. They didn't need nothing. It's like that was uncalled for. What I'm explaining to you though is that was there any form of necessary violence that needed to happen after Floyd's death? The answer to that would be no.
Oh, so you're answering your own questions. Okay, go ahead.
Well, it's an obvious answer.
Because I already know you're going to scoot around the
No, you don't
the
know.
answer.
You didn't ask me. You didn't do it.
Sure.
You're just
So
making
so go ahead.
assumptions.
Go ahead, answer the question
go for
directly.
it.
Okay. So unlike the host, I consider both of them to be equal human beings. And unlike the host, I'm not an opportunist. I'm consistent. And I'll say that I'm against violence in any circumstances, under all and every circumstances, right? The problem here is that the host thinks that everyone is like him, and they will just gloss over the deep-rooted racism that exists in America and the fact that George Floyd was brutally unalived by a man in uniform who's meant to have an oath of responsibility to the very same person that he choked to death, right? He wants to equate a lone gunman from 200 yards away shooting Charlie Kirk brutally to a police officer who consistently choked this poor black man whilst he kept saying, "Please let me breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe." That's what this guy's doing. He's also arbitrarily picking on George Floyd, even though he's unalived and his family deserves some peace, saying that he doesn't give an F about him because he wants to use Charlie Kirk as an opportunity to project hatred against black people. That's what the host is doing. And we can see through that. Just because some people can't argue against him doesn't mean they can't see through that nonsense.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Curtis, hold on one second, Alex. Curtis, just very simply, who was a better human being while they were on this planet?
You tell me.
Can you answer directly?
No, you're asking the question, so you tell me.
Well, you criticized Alex for answering her own question. Okay.
So why does one have to be a better human being than the other?
Last chance before I drop your
Okay, now
dumbass.
let me answer. You asked the question, so stop shouting.
Answer.
Okay, have some
I just need
respect.
a one-word answer. Kirk or
grow up
Floyd?
a little bit.
Who was a better person?
Equal. They were both equal. That's the one
Then
word
that's the
answer.
problem. You're a dumbass.
Okay, you tell me then.
That's
Who was
the problem. Right?
No, you tell me who was better. You're the coward who
Curtis.
doesn't want to answer his own questions.
Curtis,
you just want other
once
people
again,
to
Curtis,
do your dirty work, right?
Shut the fuck up.
Why do you have to keep cursing? Why do you have to keep doing that?
Can I put things in perspective?
I thought you were the civilized one here. Why do you
Curtis,
have to keep
once
cussing
again,
and
to
cursing
me-
like a child?
Gotcha. I'm the child. You're the adult.
Yeah,
you're
I
the
got
fucking
4
doctor,
kids who cuss
right?
less than you.
But I will say this, Curtis. To me, anybody that is in and out of prison, anybody that is involved in a robbery where 5 people walk in and one of them hold a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach.
Okay.
Somebody using a fake $20 bill.
A fake $20 bill, guys. Wow.
So
what a crime.
I'm just telling you, a better person, point blank, was Charlie Kirk.
Okay, and what's your point after that?
Okay, very good.
So what?
Okay, I just want to make sure we
So what now?
establish
So now you're just being an
that
opportunist
you're
who wants to keep
defending-
beating down on
you're
George
defending
Floyd, who's not
a
here to
lifetime
defend himself
criminal.
and his family who deserves some peace,
What's
right?
going on?
All right,
Why
hold
George
on,
Floyd?
let me get Chicago
Why
up
George
there.
Floyd?
He's
Why
growing.
don't the thousands of
Curtis,
Americans who've been unalived over the years
shut
through
your
gun
bitch ass
violence?
up.
Why only George Floyd?
Shut your bitch
Why are
ass
you
up.
picking on George Floyd?
All right. Go ahead,
Why?
go ahead, Chicago. What do you got?
What? Tell me this: was the police officer a
Curtis.
good man?
Hold
the
on,
one
Curtis.
who
Let me
choked
get
George
rid of your
Floyd to
dumbass.
death? Was he a good man?
Okay. All right.
Listen.
All right.
You're
see
just.
ya. Go ahead, Chicago. What do you got?
Oh, the silence is deafening. I love it.
Thank
Go
God.
ahead, quiet.
Honestly, no one from George Floyd's family is still grieving him. Like, who is still talking about him?
Come on, Chicago. Do you want to say something before I bring somebody else up?
Yeah, I want to answer what you said though, man. Who I think is the better human being? It's obviously George Floyd, right? Um,
Okay, tell me why.
because at the end of the day, right, he didn't he didn't lead a group of people to this bullshit ass racism, racist ideas that he spewed to all these kids, right? Though George Floyd might have been a criminal and did certain little shit like that I don't agree with, right? At the same, at that time, at that rate, it only affected a few people, but with the shit Charlie Kirk was doing, it affected thousands of people because he has a bunch of young white kids out here
He
thinking the same
traumatized
fuck.
people, sir. Not just affected a few people, he
God damn. Hold on.
traumatized a
Do
few
y'all know how to
people.
listen? Do y'all know how to listen? Can you listen, please?
Wait,
Thank you.
wait. I just real quick
I know
because
you
you made
still
a
talking. You
claim.
still talking. You still talking.
You
You
made a
still
claim
talking.
though, but
You're
you made
still
a claim, and
talking.
I'd like to.
All
I'd
But
like
right.
I was
proof.
still talking though. I was
You
still
made a
talking. It wasn't a
claim, but
period.
you made
It
a
wasn't a
claim.
period though. Do you know what a
You
period
made a
is?
claim, sir.
Okay,
You
talk
made a
white lady,
claim,
because
sir.
y'all feel like y'all gotta just over
No,
talk
that's
everybody.
not.
Go talk
That's
white
not
lady.
what
Go
it
ahead.
is at
Go ahead.
all.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you make a positive claim, I would need you to back it up. That's the whole point of something like open
Okay.
dialogue, debate,
Okay.
etc. Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
but
you
I
make
still
it,
have to finish before you interrupt me and talk,
All
right?
right,
Isn't that
quiet.
how
Just
that
hold
works?
on 1 second.
Uh-huh.
I'm so sorry. What does it say? Claude, where are you from?
I'm from Miami, Florida, man.
All right, what brings you up?
Yeah, I want to address some of the things that you're talking about. First of all, like the young brother said, y'all should have let him finish. Y'all going at the
Well,
other
no, no,
guy.
no.
Hold
Just
on, hold
let's
on.
focus on you right now. I've heard quiet before. It is what it is. I know his nonsense. I'm here to hear new nonsense. So go
Okay,
ahead, Claude.
so
What do you got?
okay, so it's like a lot of people want certain people to have empathy for Charlie Kirk, right? And but he didn't want empathy. He said that was a bad thing. So why do everybody want for people to have empathy for this man when
Claude,
me
just
personally,
stop. Claude, stop. I could give two fucks if you have empathy for him or not.
yeah,
Okay, let's face
okay,
it. Okay,
and I can give two fuck about what you
perfect,
Read
talking
the
about.
entire
perfect.
quote,
No
Claude.
problem, no
Read the
problem. So we're on
I
the
entire
can
same
give two
level.
quote.
fucks now. See, you want to be aggressive, buddy. I'm aggressive too.
Well,
What did
and that's
Kirk
fine, Claude.
actually
I'm
say about
aggressive
And it's
too.
all
empathy?
So
good. Okay,
I'm not gonna sit up
I
here and
can
allow
handle
you to
you being
feel like you
aggressive.
gonna disrespect
Wait,
me because I ain't
hold
that
on
type of
1 sec.
person.
Claude, listen.
Yeah,
Don't start lighting shit on
talk to me
fire
like a
up here. You
man.
fucking hear
Talk to
me?
me like a man, and I'm gonna talk to you like a man.
Okay,
All
so
right?
very simple. Why is there two different responses? Why do we have more prayer on the top photo and more fires and looting in the bottom photo? That's what
That's
I'm
because that's
talking
what you
about
wanted
today.
up there. That's what you wanted up there. That's why.
Very, very
That's
good. Very, very
But you,
wise. I
but how
wanted
you,
the photo
but
up
how
there,
you
so
want
I
to
put it
use,
up. Great
how you want
answer.
to use, this is what gets me, man. Y'all want to when it's time for y'all to want prayer and do certain things, right? For wanting people to be together and want people to support people, but then all this evil shit that people are doing, right? People are doing and saying. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
Claude, stop for a
The
second,
man
please.
the man clearly
Claude,
did the man clearly
Claude.
wanted separation, man.
Hello, Claude. You're like a young Carmela Harris. You're
No,
rambling,
hey,
but
I'm
not
50. Hey,
answering
I'm
my question
56, buddy.
directly. Like,
Buddy,
not
I'm
much is coming
56.
out. So, if you want to continue embarrassing yourself, I'll allow it.
Embarrassed.
But I'm
And
asking you very directly, why has there been two different responses?
okay, why has it been two different responses? It's because it's a race thing, right? Because it's I'm not race. I'm not gonna use a race thing, because it's Let me get it. Let me get it right. People, certain people support certain things, and certain people don't support certain things.
You sound like
So
Carmela Harris still. Certain people support certain things. No
yeah,
shit, Sherlock.
you got half of the United States supported foolishness, and you got some of United States that doesn't support foolishness. You know, when you can sit there and watch it, listen to a person lie constantly, right? Constantly, but you supposed to be so-called a Christian. You want to
What
people
did he
that's
lie
supposed to be
about?
Christian, people
What did he
that's
lie
supposed to be
about?
no. Let me finish, baby.
No, you're
People
you're
that's
spreading
supposed
so
to
much
be
rhetoric.
people
What
that's
did he
supposed to
lie
be
about?
Christian. You know what they
White
say?
woman again interrupting.
Yeah,
Well, first of all, I'm
people that's
Latin.
supposed to be
I'm
Christian, this
Spanish.
is
So
what
if
they
you mean
always say.
European, you're wrong.
They wanna use only certain things of the word of the Bible, right? The reason
What?
why they so-called support the Republicans is this is the reason. Oh, abortions. Oh, this is. But what about all the things that goes on that's wrong?
Claude,
You
listen.
listen,
Claude,
everybody,
listen.
even the situation. Like I don't support gays and all that, but you know what I understand about the word of God. Everybody have a choice to make. You have a
Charlie said
choice.
that.
That's your choice to make. And,
Charlie said
and,
that.
and at the end of the day, guess what? God gonna deal with you, but it's still your choice. Same thing with having abortion. It's a woman's choice to make. It's not for a
Wait.
man to decide what a woman should do with her body.
Okay,
It's not
wait.
our
You do
decision.
realize
Yeah.
that Charlie agrees in free will, just like what you're talking about, and he spread that truth. The question was, why did one side resort to violence and the other didn't when both sides are
What?
angry
Excuse
at
me.
someone being
What's it?
And
unalive?
if you, I
But
mean,
you know y'all are
not
lying,
nothing,
right?
but if you want to bring up like
What
people
lying
that
about what? I
You
want
said
to
you
talk to
said
you.
on one side. What side? What side? So who was the person that did violence? What side is that? What side are you talking about?
the left.
Liberals, leftist
So so he
Democrats.
so so Charlie got killed by a liberal, right? That's what you're saying, right? But how is that
100%.
true?
It already
Hold
came
on,
out.
hold on.
The
How is that
FBI
true when
confirmed
his
via
when the
his own
same young
family
man
that
grandmother
had leftist
grandmother came out
he
and
had
say that
leftist ideology.
we are a Mag family. We
You
voted
sound
for
like
Trump, our whole family.
you don't want
Our
to
whole
speak to
family.
learn, and you
Hey,
clearly
hey,
have not educated yourself on
hey,
what just
hey, host,
happened.
can I ask you a question, host?
Wait, Claude, I just want to say that on Sunday I went to the Steeler game, and there was a drunk homeless guy that was ranting just like your dumbass. Okay, I'm just telling you flat out, there is a problem in this country with people like you that refuse to acknowledge facts. And you could ramble, you could rant, you could do whatever you want, but that does not change the
Fuck
facts.
you,
And
pussy.
that's my what happened? What happened, Claude?
Fuck you, pussy.
Oh
That's why
no.
you kicked me out so you can be able
Kick
to
you
make.
out. You're still here, dumbass. What are you talking about? You're here.
Oh my bad. They showed me I wasn't here.
Okay, so hypothetically, you thought you weren't even up here and you were cussing me out thinking you
Yeah,
weren't
yeah,
even
yeah.
here?
I was finna leave you a message because it showed me I wasn't here. It don't even show my picture up on the screen.
Wait, you were going to leave me a message where?
Yeah, in the chat, I was finna cuss your ass out. I'm just keep, I'm
That
just
was
keeping
Respect.
it
funny for
100.
real. Let's be for
I'm
real.
just, and hey, I'm not a
So
Pittsburgh
you were
Steelers
going to
fan.
type in the chat,
Yeah,
fuck you, pussy.
yeah, yeah. Fuck you,
That wasn't
pussy.
going to go through, bro.
Yeah, but listen. I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, buddy. I'm a Miami Dolphin fan. But see, me
I'm not
having this thing,
talking about the Steelers.
you just said it was somebody with a Pittsburgh Steeler was acting a certain way. I just wanted to clarify that. But listen, man, all I can say is this, man. When we can't, you can't want us to be certain people. I'm not gonna say you can't like me. You can't want me to be a certain type of person. When I sit here constantly and see certain shit go on, I don't support. There's
I
a lot
want
of things I
you
don't support. There's a lot of things I don't support, right? That everybody does. The Democrats, whoever, people, period. That when they do things, I don't support a lot of shit. But my thing is I understand who people are, and when I sit there and go through all this shit that I done seen this young man, because he a young man, because he's younger than me. The young man Charlie do and say, hey, that's a lot of bad shit, man. And I can't personally support that shit.
What was bad?
A lot of things he say.
Do you
Hey, yo,
realize
listen.
that his convictions were stemmed through the Holy Bible. He was a Christian.
Oh
He
my
is a
God.
Christian.
You
So a
can't.
lot
that nice young girl. I'm sorry that I dropped you in the middle of you talking. I'm just starting over. I had a grown ass man cussing me out thinking, come on, stop it. Just stop it. All right, start me off. What's his name? Liberal, where are you from?
I am from Idaho. I'm in Utah right now, going to North Carolina today. So,
Oh, tremendous! You're quite the nomad. And what brings you up?
well, I just want. It's funny that these people are talking. George Floyd, if you look at the coroner's report and everything report, was not strangled by a police officer. Just so everybody knows, his official cause of death was not strangulation by a police officer. So let's get that straight right now.
Do you think that if they believed otherwise, they have to return the Nike shoes that they stole?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
again, the guy wouldn't answer your question. It's a very simple question. What is the difference between the two responses? And he never gave you an answer. And because he knows what it is, he knows what the response is, and he knows the answer. He just didn't want to do it. But George Floyd was not unalived by a police officer. George Floyd was unalived because he was a drug addict.
Bingo.
Period.
I'm sorry to interrupt here, but how do I change my picture back to my profile picture?
Gen X, go Google it and then come back. Let's be prepared. Cassie, where are you from, Cassie?
Hey, host. I'm from Texas.
What brings you up, love?
I just wanted to love your live response to Charlie Kirk versus response to George Floyd. I mean, a picture says 1,000 words. I think the vast difference is going to be fundamental values and a commonality as a people. A little bit of the response is totally different. Even though I will say the George Floyd thing was during 2020, and that was a complete wackadoodle crazy time for the entire world. It doesn't excuse the pandemonium that took place, but that is a factor. But I think that the people that listen, it's pretty clear, right? Mirror, mirror on the wall. The people that followed Charlie Kirk liked him, loved him, looked up to him. They are responding in a way that imitates his message. Right? They are responding in a way that imitates his message and what he stood for. The people that liked and followed George Floyd's lifestyle and culture, they're responding in a way that he lived and reacted.
So it's very fitting. Okay,
that's right.
All right, hold on.
Is that fair to say?
I agree with you 100%. Intellect, where are you from?
You can hear me?
I hear you. Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Florida.
And what brings you up?
I disagree with this prompt. I feel like it's unfair.
Wait, sir, you can't disagree with two photos that are accurate.
No, like I disagree with what you're like the message you're trying to put out. I see what you're trying to do. Like,
go ahead, elaborate.
Okay, so first of all, one's from 2020, like the other girl said, or whatever.
Okay, doesn't make it inaccurate.
Obviously, Charlie Kirk is a better person. It's a criminal versus an innocent man. But I feel like you should have used a more innocent person, like Sade Robinson, who was beheaded by a white man.
Then how about this, Intellect? How about you go start up a live, put up whatever photo you want, and I'm sure everybody will go there. It's no big deal.
Okay,
I
also feel like you're being ignorant.
How about this? How about you deal with black on black crime and stop singling out incidents where
sober up before you talk about black on black crime. Sober up, please.
Is that the best you have? Is that your A game?
Not so.
You said what?
I said why don't we deal with black on black crime instead of singling out instances? Because if you look at
why don't we deal with crime in general instead of putting a race between it?
Because he likes Charlie Kirk. He likes Charlie Kirk, and this was Charlie Kirk race right here.
No. I didn't bring up race. As you can see, there's a white man in a prompt and a black man on the other, and he's trying to get a message that the whites act more ghetto than the black people when they were protesting. That is the message he's putting out on the live.
Well, in all fairness, wait a minute. In all fairness,
it's not fair. He knows that George Floyd is a criminal.
By the BLM movement, which was completely, they told y'all it was about race. It was actually a hoax and a huge con job. But this George Floyd BLM riots and protesting, that was a BLM. BLM is
and you also forget that there was many white people involved in those protests that are so-called dangerous.
And I don't think anybody else made it a race issue, but the people protested.
This explains why I said that the George Floyd shit needed to happen as far as the fight.
All right, can I hear
Like
from?
Cassie.
Hold on one second, please. Can I hear from Seven, please? Seven, where are you from?
I'm from Louisiana.
And what brings you up, sir?
The fact that I heard someone was saying, wait. Someone said, what was the difference of the prompt? What y'all got to realize in 2020 with BLM, it wasn't just liberals that was at the protest. I had a friend named Jake. He was a conservative, a Republican. He was also. There was multiple
Seven, no
Republicans.
offense, I don't give a fuck about
There
your
was,
friend
there was.
Jake.
No, of
What
course
I'm
you don't give a
looking for
fuck.
is the
Of course you don't
bigger,
give a
the
fuck.
macro
Of
view of
course,
things on
of
why
course you
things
don't
were
care.
different.
Just let me
I don't
finish.
give a fuck about
Of
your
course you
white
don't care.
friends.
You don't want to listen to it. You don't want to listen to it.
Once again, Seven,
It
I
wasn't
don't
just
give a
liberals at the
fuck about
protest.
Jake.
Oh my God,
It wasn't
Okay,
just
so
bro,
liberals.
tell
you're
me
old as
what was
hell. Can you
different
act
between the
mature? Let
two
the man
responses.
talk, bro.
That's
Of
what I
course.
want.
They
Of
still have
course.
yet to answer the
Just
question. They
Of
still
imagine
have
if
course.
yet to
I
answer
said
the
Y'all
up
not
here
letting
and
me
said
finish.
my
You
black
just want to
friend. You
self-destruct
guys
because you
would
don't want
shut
to
me
listen.
up.
You
Hey,
don't
hey,
want to
host,
listen.
Go,
real
Seven.
quick, host. This is what happens when you need to use the race card several times a day to get your free toaster. That's what this
What
is.
what
Oh,
what
no,
You
does
not
use
the
the
free
race
race
have to
card.
do
toaster.
with this?
That shit was
What
corn,
does
You,
race
Slim.
have to do with what I
hey,
just said?
what?
Yeah.
Hey, what's the quota today? What's the quota today for how many times you
What did
need to use
race
the
have to
race
do
Hey,
with
card?
what
look,
I just
let me
said?
ask liberal a dumbass a question. Why when the shit happened to Charlie Kirk, black people got threatened?
Wait,
Can I
what?
just ask you how many?
Why when the
Again,
shit
you asked me
happened to Charlie Kirk, black people got threatened? Why they have to
again. How
lock
many?
down black schools?
What's the quota today for the race card that you
Man,
have to
you
use
I,
it?
don't
How
want
and,
to
many
answer
times?
that. I
and then
figured
also,
your dumb
please
ass ain't
explain
want
to
to
me
answer
how
that.
I'm
I
not
figured
sticking to
that.
the prompt.
I
How many
figured you didn't
times?
want to
How many
answer that.
times? What's the quota today? What's the quota today? How many times you got to use it to get your free toaster?
Use what?
Dumb motherfucker. Hey,
The
this is
race
who you
card.
let up, host. Like
Who
this
said
silly
anything
motherfucker
about
right here.
race?
Quiet's been talking about race all the time because that's all he
I
has. He's been
literally
talking about
said
race the whole time.
So
I
why you didn't
know
answer the
people
question, dumb
who are
fuck? Why you ain't answer
conservatives,
it?
Republicans that were at the BLM protest.
Hey,
So you,
quiet. What's the quota today?
Why you
How
didn't
okay,
many times you
answer
you
got
the
to
don't want to
use it?
listen.
question,
The
dumb
quote
fuck?
of
Why
the
you
day
not
is act
answering?
Okay,
mature,
okay,
bro. Like, why are you
stop.
being so immature?
I just want to
You a
hear from
grown ass
Seven.
man.
Hold on one second, please.
Y'all
Seven,
literally
just
don't
very.
want to listen to what I'm saying.
I
25 today. 25
Okay, hold
is
on
that the
one
number?
second. There, up there in the top left. I'll get back in the queue. I'll bring you back up. I just it's not helpful. Um, Seven. Once again, what is the difference, or why was there a difference in the response? That's what I want to hear, not about your white friend. I'm sorry.
Why is there a difference in response? It's because there's a history of police brutality, and then the difference. There was no difference because there was a bunch of people before they found out who unalived them, and they were talking about war and getting even and going around slaughtering people, wanting war to happen. So it wasn't a difference. So what are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Can you tell
There was
me?
some with BLM. There were some people praying, but with this, there was also people angry and saying crazy things. So why are you trying to act like that didn't happen?
All right, so Seven. Where were there fires set and businesses looted in the last
There
few
were
days?
there were there were men in the road talking about white men fight back.
Okay, no problem. Seven. The question directly was where were fires set and where was there looting? Go ahead.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So do you see the difference?
Like I said, there were men in the road talking about white
Wait,
men fight back.
seven.
There
Hold
was
on one
people
second.
screaming online how they need to fight, how they need to go and slaughter every liberal.
All right, Seven. Can you answer my question directly? Do you see how there is a difference?
What's the question?
Can you see how there is a difference?
What's the difference?
I'm so sorry, sir.
How is there a difference if I just explained to you that there was no difference? There was people that were angry on both sides, and there was people that were praying on both sides. So
Okay,
what are you
very
talking
good.
about?
And so what is the difference? Go ahead.
There is no difference.
Okay, well, whenever I said to you, can you give me a list of the U.S. cities where businesses were getting lit on fire and looted, that would
But
be a difference, correct?
I literally explained to you how there was no difference. There were people that
But
were angry, and there were people that were not.
Hello, Seven. Once again, first impression, dumb as a
So
fucking rock.
you're just focusing
Okay.
on burning. There's also things that
Wait,
happen
seven,
with this.
stop.
No.
Stop,
Let's
Seven.
not do that. I know you're trying to win a debate here.
But
Just
there's
listen
no
to what I'm
winning a
saying.
debate.
Listen,
Once again, there's
you're
no
trying to win a
debate. We're not
debate instead of
debating
listening to what I'm saying.
opinions. We're
You just told
talking
me how
about
you
facts.
don't. You just told me how you don't give a fuck about anything I was saying.
Okay, Seven, I got rid of you. If you can't acknowledge the differences, I don't know what to tell you. It's a dead end conversation. I'm sorry. Okay. Anybody want to talk before I let people up? Go.
Coach, let me go ahead, young lady.
Go. Wait. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Just real quick, like, just to make things very clear for anybody who's coming up as an opposition, the whole point of what Charlie stood for was the First Amendment and having, like, open and clean dialogue. I'm not understanding why you have to come up and be aggressive, why you have to come up and try and, like strive to win and strive to be right, when realistically you can actually have a productive conversation. I'm not understanding what's happening.
If you fought for the First Amendment, why is everybody mad that people
Host, can I ask a question?
what happens that he's unallowed? He's
Wait.
unallowed.
Hold on. Let me let Quiet go. What are you saying, Quiet?
She said he's fought for the First Amendment, right?
Wait. You sound like you're about 3 miles away from your phone.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
She said that he fought for the First Amendment, right? But people are mad that there are people on TikTok that in a sense happy that he's gone. That's fighting for the First Amendment though, right? Am I wrong?
So,
I gotcha. So
okay, so if you don't mind me answering, then
I'm listening.
Sorry.
I'm listening.
You're live, it's not mine.
No, go, Alex. You're fine. Go ahead, love.
Yeah, no, so listen. Yes, it is their First Amendment. They can say what they want. However, me as a human being, I am not going to sit here and celebrate someone's death. This is so take Charlie Kirk off the table, right? I don't know who it is you idolize or who you like. I mean, you can name someone for me, and that's fine. I don't really know because I don't know you like that, right? But if this was someone that you idolize, whether it be an artist, whether it be a politician, or whether it be, I don't know, just someone who talks on the daily, right? But this, like, if this was someone who was publicly unalived, you would be going absolutely ape fucking shit if they came out and they were like, way to go, way to go.
It's okay with public execution though. What are you talking about? So, everything
no, that's what I'm putting in perspective. That's what I'm putting. Wait, no, hold on. But that's what I'm trying to put into perspective. Is that if this was someone that you like, you enjoyed listening to, if you idolize, if you actually enjoyed, right? So that's what I'm telling you. Is that if this was completely the other way around, if this was someone that you like, and it could be an artist, it could be a talk show host, it could be, I don't really give a shit, it has butt fuck all.
Whatever you say, go ahead.
But again, all I'm telling you is that this is, you know, if this was someone that means something to you, then, you know, if I'm over here on my account saying, hell yeah, absolutely, go fucking get them, that's kind of disrespectful as hell. But
Alex,
towards the individual, right? So not towards you, but it's really just towards the individual. And for me as a human being, that's kind of gross now, isn't it?
Alex, you're missing the point though. The guy that was unalive was okay with public execution, right? Right or wrong?
Yeah, no shit.
This is the guy that you idolize, or however you want to say.
All right, guys, stop. Okay, just quiet. Stop, please. Okay. There's a difference, but I get the argument about First Amendment. I have the right to say that black people should still be picking cotton. Is that right of me to say? Probably not, right? Okay, so you have every right to say that Charlie Kirk, you're happy that he's dead. That's not right to say. Okay, so you have the right to say it? Yes. Is it morally right? No. All right, it's that simple.
Why not? Why not?
Okay, fair enough. No problem. If you're gonna say why not, if somebody came up here and said Yin should still be in the cotton fields, and I said why not?
Well, I mean, Charlie Kirk said it. So.
All right, so that's what. Okay, very good. So that's
why
the
they
standard.
Celebrate.
No problem.
That's why they celebrate.
So get the fuck back to the cotton fields, and we'll go from there. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean,
all right, let's go.
Hold
on, quiet. Hold on.
When someone makes a claim like that, you're gonna have to jump on them, and because they need to prove that claim. Ain't no way in hell.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Susie.
Oh no.
Why are you calling her Susie?
That's
Susie
I don't.
That's giving me the rose. I'm not talking about Alex.
They want.
I'm talking about Susie that's giving me the
whatever
roses.
the fuck you want. But if you're gonna make a positive claim and say that he said something when he really didn't, bet your ass I'm gonna ask you to prove that claim of yours.
So I'm talking about Susie, who's
Okay.
giving me the
All
roses,
right,
not
just
you,
hold on,
Alex. I know you want people to
please,
talk
please,
about
please, please. Let's go to it says Clockies. What's up, Clockies?
Yo, 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 yo.
it.
All right,
So
great first
before
impression.
before I begin on the prompt, I know there's a lot of tension going. I do want to say that I pray that everyone in the comments, in the panel, everybody having a good day. I want to say RIP to both Charlie Kirk, George Floyd, praying that both of their families are healing and things like that. But just on the prompt, I will say it's not right. I don't believe in looting and rioting. I feel like they could have done a better job with it. Of course we know that it was like the fentanyl and stuff was the real killer, but I do believe that the cop didn't have to be on his neck that long. That's just my personal opinion. But again, there's always gonna be bad people on each side. And I don't believe in making fun of nobody or anything, no matter what they believe in, what they do, things like that. I just feel like, we got to remember at the end of the day, it's bad people everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Black, white, Democratic, whatever it is, left, right. We just gotta, all the better people, we all gotta stick together, you know what I'm saying? We gotta learn how to disagree. 'Cause I feel like, we can all sit down and really talk about things we disagree on and issues, and we could just sit down and talk it through. I feel like we can get a lot done. Even when you look back when MLK, when he was when they were doing boycotts and stuff like that, they didn't push violence. They went into white only places and they told everyone, don't just let them do whatever, but just sit there, and that spoke more volumes than just burning places down. Even though all that terrible stuff happened to them, they still, didn't stoop down to their level. So I feel like regardless of race or anything, we all should just, pray for each other, love on each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's gonna be bad people, you know what I'm saying? But we gotta stick together, man. That's
I
what it's
appreciate
really
that.
about.
I appreciate that. Do me a favor, guys. Whenever you're talking, just keep it to 30 seconds and let's just keep it fast paced. Go to, but once again, I agree with the concept of what you're saying, Clockies. Tosh, where are you from, Tosh?
I'm from Connecticut.
What brings you up, sir?
I just don't think that these two things are comparable, and especially
Okay.
seeing that 97% of the
I'm not
protests.
asking for.
I just don't think that these two things are comparable, and especially
Okay.
seeing that 97% of the
I'm not
protests.
asking for. If
Is the host frozen for everybody else?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we ain't want to hear his fucking mouth. He talking crazy. Hey, Clockies, however old
Well,
you are,
since
brother.
we're on a pause, I was wondering if I could pose a question to the panel.
Go ahead.
So, in my opinion, and what I've seen from Charlie Kirk, and I've basically been watching him since he started out, I think it was around 2013. What I've noticed, my perception is that Charlie Kirk, what he was actually trying to do, he was a conservative, he is a Christian, he had fundamental family morals, he wanted to put that first, but I see him as one of our time's great enlighteners. He was an intellectual. His mission was to enlighten people to a different way to think, because he knows that colleges and other institutions do sort of indoctrinate people and somewhat brainwash. And I see him as trying to enlighten people. What he was really trying to do to the marginalized, to the so-called people in poverty, to anybody, was enlighten you. And what he was trying to do was give you the secret. He was trying to give you the secret. Absolutely. Wanted to tell you that tiny.
Hold on, quiet.
Let me just a second. I've never interrupted you once. He tried to enlighten people and share with him the secret to success, which is self-sufficiency, which is the strong family unit for our kids. And my question is, why is it that so many people, Wyatt family included, and since he had to interrupt me, they have this immediate response of A, attitude, and B, resentment towards that message.
So
It's almost like you're blinded. You can't see the forest for the trees. You're
Cassie,
so
what
offended immediately
uh-huh.
that you can't even hear the message
What
because
attitude did
guess
I have?
what? The truth
Or did I just
hurts.
speak
This
facts?
is
What
way over
attitude
30
did I have,
seconds.
or did I just speak facts, Cassie?
Well,
Hold
Did I
on,
speak
interrupting
facts or
hold
did I
somebody
get
that's
Cassie.
mad?
never, hold
Here,
on, I'll answer
it's
your question.
Go ahead.
Interrupting somebody when they've never interrupted you is actually very rude, impolite, and it comes off aggressive and
But you
resentful.
said mad
It's
though. So you
very
got
rude.
how
That
did
is
I
what we
how was
classify
I
as an
mad?
attitude. Have you
Hey
ever
you
heard this? Have you
hey
ever heard
Cassie,
anyone
what I
say
don't
the
allow
attitude
people to
is
do
so
is get up
rude?
here
Yo,
and
hold
make
on. Can
zero
so okay,
sense.
hold on.
That's
Instead of
real rude.
starting to attack each other, give me a second, quiet. Let me respond to this. In terms of Charlie Kirk's rhetoric, especially towards like disenfranchised communities, it was very harmful, right? The things that he was saying was not actually correct, and or a lot of his statistics were hyperinflated statistics, which is again very harmful, right?
I
These
don't
are
agree with that, but okay.
okay, something like the 1350,
She
right? The
interrupted me, wow.
1350 statistic is a loaded statistic that he used readily, right? These things are used.
Wow, I'm not sure what happened. That was crazy. I've been sitting in the queue the whole time, and now I'm up here by myself. I'm not. There's an echo. But since I'm by myself and the host is gone, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Um, there were over $2 billion worth of damages that happened during the George Floyd riots. And
No, 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 no. No, because this phone was dying. So now I switched devices. Now I'm good. All right, first person sets the tone, and that's Joshua.
There you are, Dave. I got a little worried there for a second.
I don't even know how long I was frozen. I was cussing people out. I don't even know what the fuck happened. I went to go switch devices, which I have done plenty of times, and usually, like, I'll pick it right back up where it was and move on, and that did not happen. I have no clue.
Hilarious.
And what's
Hey,
weird is on my other device, at some point I was like moving. I could see my hands moving. I could see my mouth moving. So I don't know.
I don't know. Hey,
You're breaking up, Joshua.
oh, no way I'm not. No, the hell I'm not. That's you. It'll be fine in a second. Don't worry about it. The only thing that I had any interest in saying was that I actually agree with some of the liberal idiots up here talking about how you can't make a comparison between the two. I
Hello?
actually agree. You
Hello?
can't make a comparison as one was a
Joshua,
random
you're
black
fucking breaking.
criminal.
Joshua, take your long-winded breaking up. Like, come on.
Hello?
CM, where are you from, CM?
I am from, I don't want to give out the state that I'm in, but America.
Oh, okay. Because if you tell people your state, they're gonna hunt you down. Regardless, what brings you up?
Oh, I did. So, my point here is essentially that the constant comparison to George Floyd of Charlie Kirk is kind of extremely exemplifying, like, just how. Well, dude, I mean, come on, be honest. This entire thing is it's
CM, you're rambling on. I have no clue what the fuck you're saying.
well, it's Fox outrage. That's my point.
It's what?
It's Fox outrage.
Okay. When has Fox ever talked about this?
No, faux outrage. Fuck, dude. I
I think you meant Fox News. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's faux outrage. The entire thing is that it's being used to drill a political point. Explicitly because the right has been so desperate for their own George Floyd for so long, and constantly looking for an excuse to label leftists as terrorists, even though the vast majority of terrorist attacks are carried out by right-wing people.
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
It is an objective fact. The vast majority of terrorist attacks in America are carried out by right-wingers.
Okay, sounds good, Sam. When somebody comes up with that initial statement, I just know it. I would be more productive walking out my front door, picking a tree, and talking to a tree.
No, dude,
that's just the way it is. CM, I've heard enough. I've heard enough, bro.
It's objectively true. Look at the data.
100%. I'm not.
It is an objective.
Hello, CM. Shut your mouth. Okay.
Okay.
All right, bro. Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland.
And what brings you up, love?
Honestly, I was just listening to everybody talk, and I was also on the panel last night. I recently voted. What was it? You know what I mean. I recently voted for the first time.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Can I say one thing real
fast? Wait, CM?
No,
CM,
hang on.
listen.
I just want to.
CM. When I want you to talk, I'll say, "Dumbass, speak."
My man, you cannot seriously be implying that. That's really your point. That's really the hill you're gonna die.
Go. All right, go ahead, Gra. I'm sorry. You said you voted, meaning in November?
Yes.
And who did you vote for, love?
I just went left.
Okay, you just went left. And tell me why you voted for that dumpster fire, Carmela Harris.
Personally,
of course, you can't speak for anybody else, so yeah.
Personally, for me, I don't see any gain in putting somebody that, I don't know. I just didn't want to see him in office again.
You have no fucking clue. So tell me how America would be better right now if that dumpster fire won in November.
I think this whole point of this whole panel, respectfully, I don't think, when you're talking about, the two different sides and how...
Wait, Gra, I asked you a question directly. Why are you not answering directly?
Dude, I don't want to vote for Trump. That's just me. I don't want to vote for Trump.
Okay, no problem. So to me, and I'm not going to sit here and say Donald Trump is a saint or he's even a great person, but I think he is better for the country at this time. And if we voted based off our personal feelings and if they're a good person or a bad person, we would not have many presidents at all. Right? So I just don't get it. I get it. He's a terrible person. I'll even shake hands and agree with you on that just for the sake of this argument. But this country would be in a lot worse position today if, God forbid, Harris won in November.
Okay.
We would be essentially in the same position we were in November the 3rd.
I'm going to say...
Which was pandemonium and chaos.
Can I comment on... Can I also answer about the responses, on both sides? Because I definitely can say that after George Floyd, it was definitely... I don't agree with anything about the looting or anything like that. There's a respectful way to protest, and I will say that. And I don't think that, because, someone did pass away, and it didn't look good, like most things on the internet. It doesn't look good, so some people are going to form an opinion, and some people are going to take that, and you're going to be like, okay.
Hey, Gra, I got to tell you, you remind me of a young, beautiful Carmela Harris rambling on with not much making sense. So,
Dave,
what up?
Dave, really quickly, she sounds like one of these people that voted for Kamala because she's black and or they just don't like Trump. So, there's no other alternative. Let me just vote for Kamala. That's it. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to you, but it's okay.
But that's probably factually true.
Okay. If that was you talking. Respectfully, and I mean respectfully, just because I'm black does not mean, I'm going to go vote for the left side. Just because I
Well,
don't like, I can.
Okay, but the problem is I've seen a lot of interviews and a lot of TikTok videos and a lot of Instagram videos where they'll ask the girl why you voted for Kamala Harris, or a man, oh, because she's black. So I'm just, assuming based on what I've seen on the internet. I'm not saying that, it's
Okay,
implying
so
to
what you
you,
basically
but
just
that
said,
was my
assuming on the
that
internet,
was
When
my thought.
you
assuming
assume,
because
you
of the
make an
internet,
ass of yourself.
because of the internet. You hear what you just said?
I mean, it's fine to
That
assume.
is
I'm
the
allowed to give my
problem right
opinion.
but
now.
Well,
bruh,
Everything.
92% of black women just like yourself did vote for Carmela. Like, there's no way around that, right?
well,
And
well.
is that a problem?
No, there's no problem. It's okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
we all can agree to
Well,
disagree that I can vote for who I
Exactly.
want. You can vote for who you
it's
want.
not a
But
problem, but there's definitely better reasons to side with somebody besides the color of their skin, and they don't like the
I
other one.
didn't
There,
say that
that's
it was just
like
because
the
he was
lesser of
black,
two
but
evils
okay.
is not always that's not. There's more sensible ways to come up with a decision. I think.
Well,
but Gra, hold
okay.
on one second. Down there at the bottom. I'm so sorry. I'll get to you. But Gra, the difference is whenever people like you come up here and I ask the question, just very simply, how would America be better right now?
Thank you.
And you're clueless. You have nothing. Then I don't get it. That's my problem.
Okay. So, if I'm correct, she was literally pushing for a lot of LGBT rights, if I'm correct.
Okay. And what rights did Donald Trump take away?
I didn't say he took away
Okay.
anything.
Gra,
Okay,
listen.
but see how people in the
Gra,
comments are
stop. I don't
literally.
want to hear from anybody. Gra, I'm just telling you, and just know this. My frustration is not with you. It's with Democrats that are just like you. You have no fucking clue what is going on. And that's fine. Okay? I'm going to move on to, whoa, where are you from?
Yo, what's up? I'm from Rhode Island.
All right. What brings you up?
Um, just the prompt on the screen, but also, I think I have a question regarding you saying um that they have no idea. Some Democrats don't have any idea. How do you feel about having more unemployed people than jobs to hire them right now?
Meaning what? Elaborate where you get those stats.
Well, that's just a fact. You could just look it up. It's been
Okay. All right. So
reported
the
by
old
multiple
Testament. Okay, no
sources.
problem. Do you know what
Government
the unemployment
agencies are
is right
speaking
now?
about it. Hold on. I just want to continue speaking
Wait,
before you
hold on
jump
one
in.
second. Hold on one second.
No. You hold on. You asked me to
Okay, hold
What
speak.
the?
on.
I
Let
want to
me.
Ay,
speak.
mi madre.
What?
So how do you feel about the?
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Wait,
How
Dave, can you
dumb?
correct me if I'm
How
wrong?
dumb can you motherfuckers be?
Can you correct me if I'm wrong? Wasn't the
What?
Democrat
Who's
Party
talking? I'm
push?
so sorry. Go ahead, Sharon.
It's me and Sharon. Wasn't
Go
the
ahead, baby.
Democratic Party pushing for non-citizens to vote?
To be
Oh
honest,
yeah.
that's a talking point for us on the right. It's not 100% accurate, if we're honest.
Okay.
But
Host, do you
believe me,
mind if
they
I
would
share
not
real
be
quick? Because I'm
opposed to
fixing to have
it.
to get off here.
What? Go ahead, love.
So I just wanted to kind of share my 2 cents on this since there's not much on the panel right now, or that wouldn't just jump in
Why are
and
you insulting Gra? She's a
she seems
doctor.
passive to me. My bad.
Go ahead, go, go,
Well,
go.
I didn't get that impression that she's really bad about it and ready to pop off. But I feel like there is a problem with our youth today. My perception is that when you come from a world where even as a child, your feelings are validated, right? We're telling people who still believe in Santa Claus that your feelings are important. No, they're not. You need to know right from wrong, and it's our job to actually teach you how to feel and think about things. We don't just let them go wild. But it seems like when you come from a world where everybody gets a participation trophy, your feelings are validated. We live in a reality where feelings are more important than facts, and that's the reality we live in. Your feelings in the workplace are more important than facts. Like
The
if you get
tone
your
of
job
voice
done or
is
not.
scaring me, Dave. I don't feel
Amen,
comfortable
Okay, well, be
in this
Cassie.
quiet if you're
space.
scared. If you're scared, go to
If this
church.
is safe,
You're
But
scared,
we
let
get
me
don't.
please
lost.
let me finish.
Let
Please
her
let me
I'm
finish.
finish.
sorry.
I'm upset that I wasted time now.
Go ahead,
But
Cassie.
in a world where
Being
feelings are
upset is a
more
feeling.
important than facts,
Wait, why are you
you
guys
run
acting like
into
uncaged animals? Go ahead, Cassie.
when you live in a world where feelings are more important than facts, when someone boldly goes up and starts telling facts, starts telling truth, has scientific data to back it up, has biblical data to back it up, has medical data to back up these truths, people that aren't used to the truth, it's almost like they are so shocked. It's like it's a ton of bricks hitting them, and they don't have another way to deal with it but view it as almost oppression and tyranny, right? And that's what happened to Charlie. Some deranged idiot, mentally disturbed human lived in clearly a la land, and what he was saying was so offensive to him, he viewed it as tyranny and felt it was necessary to wipe him out, right? That's the type of world we live in.
I'm not feeling safe over
that
here,
is in that is insanity at its best. And I also want to say, for those who are questioning the Democratic Party, I want you to look at their message, and I want you to look at the way they're talking to people and the reaction of the people when they share, because it has several commonalities to 1912 Russia Bolshevik Party, 110%.
What is the Democrats
These
saying?
people want to storm the Romanov Palace, and they want to behead the royal family.
What are the Dems saying? Is anything like that?
Hold on. It's Cookie. I think it says. Where are you from? It's Cookie. Very good. I'm glad I shut everybody up for that. Dean, where are you from?
New York.
And what brings you up, sir?
Your prompt.
Okay, tell me more. Go.
So you think this is all things being equal? These two things are exactly similar to each other, or what exactly is your prompt?
Can you drop me down? I don't want to mess up your algorithm.
It doesn't mess it up, Cassie, but I appreciate you, beautiful. Very simple. Do you agree that the responses are different? Let's just start there.
Yes, the responses are different.
Okay, great.
The picture of what you have from the quote-unquote summer of love ridiculousness that Republicans like to say, even though one person called it that one time.
Your tone of voice is getting me a little bit uncomfortable.
Kapara,
Can you
stop.
please tone it down?
Okay, shut up.
This is not a safe space for me.
Great, awesome. That was months after George Floyd. We are about a week and a half, or less than a week, I guess.
Okay, so you're saying... Wait, hold on one second. Hold on. They were burning shit instantly. So what are you talking about?
No,
what
they
are you
weren't.
Talking about a week after the George Floyd?
The picture
my
on
local
your
Target
screen.
got literally
The picture
ransacked.
on your screen. That was not weeks. That was months.
Okay,
stupid.
hold on one second.
Oh,
Little Dean.
That's what he's nitpicking.
Little
Find a
Dean.
different picture, David.
And now you immediately go to ad
Very
hominems.
Little
You
Dean,
all
stop.
immediately go to ad hominems.
Yo, you
Dean.
is not about to do this right now. You really saying that months later they started to riot and loot? Stop lying. You from New York?
The literal picture he has
sure,
up
no
was
problem.
months after George Floyd.
They literally walked out with TVs
George
the same week as George Floyd.
No, they didn't.
You're right. There's no comparison.
Where did they walk out with? Where in New York?
With moral values.
Where in New York?
The other one was a drug addict who punched his pregnant girlfriend. You're right. There's
Exactly.
no comparison.
Exactly.
I'm
So
from
you're
Brooklyn.
comparing someone who was a criminal to a not criminal, and then you say, look, one was a criminal.
One was a criminal. Look what they did for that criminal. They put statues. They burned down cities. Erskine. You know what Erskine is? You're from Brooklyn. You know the right off the Bell Parkway. They literally robbed the Target store like within 3 days.
Okay, I'm just going to start over. That's simple.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Where are you from?
I'm from Georgia.
All right. What brings you up?
I just wanted to talk about the whole Charlie Kirk thing that's going on right now. I think there is a bigger picture right now, and I feel like as an American.
What do you mean by a bigger picture?
First Amendment. I feel like as an American, we should be able to voice how we. I mean, we do have the Second Amendment, but we should be able to voice how we feel without being, without being afraid that someone is going to do something to us. But on top of that, the other way that I look at it is, the YT on YT crime.
No, don't say YT. Say white, please.
Okay.
Don't insult anybody. Let's just say white. Okay.
Okay. So the white on white crime right now is just at an it's just crazy. But I
Wait,
support.
hold on 1 second. You're saying white on white crime is the bigger problem in this country?
Yes.
Okay. Why is it that statistically you're wrong? Right? Like, let's just go facts, feelings. You feel that, but the facts say otherwise. So why are you doing this?
I feel like
No,
I feel
once
like
again, I don't care how you feel. Talk
mhm.
about facts. I don't give a fuck how you feel.
Okay.
Okay, for you to come up here
The
and say
fact
I feel,
Okay,
that
well
does not change facts.
the fact is Charlie Kirk was, unalived by another Edomite.
Not an
And
Edomite. Here we go.
by yes,
Hashtag Edomite.
by another a fellow Edomite. And
All
I'm
I
happy
need, just so you
I'm
know, I have
I'm happy
Edomite. Hold on 1 second. It's
I'm
Cookie.
happy about the
Hold on
YT
one
on
second. I
YT
just
crime.
need cotton fields on
I
my
support
bingo
it.
card for bingo. So I just need cotton fields. I don't know if you got that in you or not, but
I support the YT on YT crime. We need more
right.
in America to sweep them off of the
But
grid.
Cookie,
And
and
I
this is
also and
why you're
the
dumb as
black
fuck, right?
messiah is coming back. And
Well,
black
Cookie,
men and
listen.
women
I
with
could just drop your dumb ass at any point, right? But once again, forget your feelings. Nobody gives a fuck what you say. The facts are the problem in this country is the black on black crime. Whether you like it or not, there's no way around it, right? So once again, I just need cotton fields. There I go, sending myself a rose, so that works out. She said the Edomite. Okay, go ahead, girl. All right, Secret, where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
All right, and what brings you up?
What brings me up, the fact that I hear people saying that Charlie Kirk deserved to be unalived. The fact that you guys cannot tell that
Who's you guys?
just Americans, the fact, not you. I feel like it's not a feeling, it's a fact. The fact of the matter is, people want to sit here and say he deserved it for speaking out truth, and he didn't. Y'all are hurt because he did not fit the narrative of agreeing with everything that y'all wanted him to agree with. And so not only are you guys okay with him being unalive, but you guys are now chanting for his wife and his children and his family and other people to be unalived. And that, to me, is sick. Y'all
I
want
agree.
to say white on white crime is big? Get the hell out of my face. Because if you go to any major city, it is black on black and Spanish on Spanish. Don't tell me shit because I live 3 miles away from the border. And white on white crime is not it. You see a couple of pew-pews in schools, and if you see it, it's all mental illness. The fact that y'all could sit here and say, and when I say y'all, it's the left because it's the truth, because I have quite a few videos to prove that the left is all about this. If we don't agree with you, if we say something's a sin, you guys want to turn around and get at us. And to me, I find it to be sickening. And I thank you, host, for being so raw dog, because not a lot of people get that. You know what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate that, love.
You don't need to have, you don't need to have a platform of millions of people to get your point across. You have 8,000 people following you, and you're getting your point across. And I like the fact that you're standing up and you're shutting people down when they're talking crap. Facts over feelings. Charlie was a true person that spoke facts. Y'all didn't like it. That was on y'all. And
I
all
appreciate
they
you.
did, right, all they did was open up a bunch of Charlies to come out. That's it.
Amen.
You
I
know what?
appreciate you. Let's go with Cece. Where are you from?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. Where are you from, love?
I live in Chirac with
All
all
right.
the
Are you
black
ready
on
for the
black
National Guard to
crime.
come in?
I live with the black on black crime y'all talking about, but here's the stats. The real stats are that white on white crime is greater with the raw numbers because there are more white people in America than there are black people. So percentage-wise, it looks bad when you project it on TV,
All
but
right, but
number-wise,
CC, just stop for a second, okay?
yeah,
This stat I'm going to give you, it's straight from the FBI. Their most recent full year data that is out.
I'm on the
That
same page.
hold on, what? Okay, so 51.2% of the arrests, 55.7% of the convictions for murder are black people in this country, when they're only
Okay,
13% of our population. Do you agree with
that's
those
where
stats or no?
well, here, wait a minute. Let's get into the actual numbers. 13% of maybe, let's say 100,000 is greater when you look at the percentage ratio to the
Wait,
100,000
hold on.
versus.
CC,
Wait,
I'm
hold
guessing
on.
math is not going to,
No,
regardless.
no, no. I'm saying if it's a million white people and it's 100,000, let's say it's a million white people and that's 100,000 black people. My percentage number is going to look like it's more, but the actual raw number is going to be greater if I say 10% of white people.
Well,
But
once
that's not
again,
even the point.
I'm
I
guessing
wouldn't.
math is not your strong suit, but if
No.
51% of the murders are done by black people, then the
Okay, but
number of murders
51% of what
by
number
black
though?
people, that's going to be higher, right? Regardless
No,
of the
hold on.
population.
51. Let's just say 50. Get out the 1%. 50% of 100,000 is going to be 50,000 people, right? But 5% of a million people is going to be 500,000. So even though our percentage looks like it's bigger, the percentage of the bigger number, which is the 5%, 5% sounds smaller than 50%, but 5% of a million is more than 50% of 100,000. So of course it looks like our numbers are up there, and any way you cut it, however mathematically you want to do it, people should stop unaliving people. It's just wrong.
Okay,
But
the last sentence was your best one, okay? The
okay,
rest of it was a
let me
disaster.
leave with that because I get sick of the mayor in Chicago talking about, oh, it's down from last year, but it's still up because we still got murders. Okay,
But
so
see, if somebody came up to you on the streets of Chicago and just asked you very bluntly, which race is responsible for more murders, regardless of the population stats? Who is killing more people, white people or black people?
but
There's
statistically,
no
more.
but. There's no but. There's no
No, I
but.
didn't say but. I said
You literally
statistically,
just
white
did.
people are killing more. That was me trying to get the slow. It's early, and I'm drinking
Okay,
coffee.
fair enough.
Statistically, there are more white people
Wait,
being
hold on,
killed.
Cece. I'm asking you directly, and I beg you just to answer
First of
me
all, if somebody
directly.
walk up on me on the streets of Chicago, I ain't answering no questions because you don't walk up to nobody in Chicago.
Okay, then I'm asking you
You
on
don't.
TikTok. Who murders more people, black people or white people in the United States of America?
White people.
The-
Black people. Sorry.
Well, the only reason I say that is because you might have 10
There's
black
no need for me.
shooters.
I'm not gonna argue, and we're not
Okay,
gonna
I'm not
go
arguing.
for
This
it.
is a friendly
But I'm
conversation.
gonna literally tell you, I was born and raised in New York, and I can tell you right now, you're in denial if you're saying that white people kill
Well,
white
here,
people. It doesn't work that way.
yo, baby daddy.
Unfortunately, hold on. Unfortunately, if you live in the inner cities, you don't see many white people in the inner cities.
First of all, you don't
Hold
live in New
on, let
York
me
then, because
finish.
they everywhere.
Let me
White
finish.
people, it's
Let me
everywhere. They
finish. Because
just
again, you want to sit here and you want to tit for tat, and it's not the truth.
no, I'm not. I
Truth
don't
of
want
the
to do
matter
that.
is, in the inner cities, there's a lot of poverty, and unfortunately, because of the poor education, not because
Okay, but
of the. Hold on. Not
I
because,
was speaking. You had your chance. I came
not
on.
because
Come on,
of the
man.
education system. It's because people chose to sit back and not pay attention. Because I didn't go to the best schools in Florida when I was
I
in
can tell. I
Florida.
can tell.
Yeah, of
And
course
there
you
are no
did.
good schools in Florida.
You
Period.
think
Anyway,
she's the dumb one?
Yes, absolutely.
so when you go to places like Chicago, New York City, okay? I'm sorry to tell you, you can't sit here and say statistically white people kill more. They don't. I'm
No, I'm
sorry.
not saying that. The FBI has said that. I'm
No,
going off of chat. Go to Chat GPT. Go to Gemini.
I
Ask the
don't need
same
it. Listen,
question.
let me tell you
Not
something
that
about
PvP.
Google
Don't care.
and the news and all that. You know what they do?
I'm
They
going
do
off of
the same
FBI
thing.
statistics.
Right. And the statistics
The
say,
raw
even they
numbers
say
No,
say
on
white
you're
people
TV,
not.
kill
You're
more.
not.
even
All
on
right.
TV they said it.
Cece, listen, I appreciate you. Hold on
You
one
gonna cut
second.
me?
Hold on one second, please. Inver, where are you from?
From Detroit.
And what brings
So
you up, kind
Inverness.
sir?
I'm sorry.
What brings you up?
Well, I just got invited to the live and looked, and I was listening to the
Who
conversation, and
invited you, Inver?
I I don't know. I just it
Oh.
came up. I just hit I just hit accept. So
All
I
right,
don't
so
know.
what brings you up? Go ahead.
But yeah, so I'm listening to the conversation. I don't know if I came in on the tail end, but this thing about who unalive what race unalives more of its own people. Um, I'm a former law enforcement officer, and I just wanted to say to the young, I think secret. I live in Detroit in an inner city, and we do have a larger population of non African Americans that's moved into the city of Detroit in the last 15 years. So maybe New York doesn't have as many, but here in Detroit, it is they've moved in, and
That's not what he was
which is
saying.
cool, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean, once upon a time, it was 50-50 in the city of Detroit, until after the riots broke out. But I think that it depends on where you live, as far as numbers, and I think what
Inver,
the
just a
young lady.
simple question, Inver. Stop, please.
Oh, go ahead.
Throughout this
It's
country.
Inverness.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Who murders more people? Which race throughout this country?
You know what? If you want to ask me honestly, I think it's maybe 50-50 between African
It is
Americans
pretty
and white.
close, but
It
Because it's
is
very
close.
it's and when you I think what tips the scale, and I would actually have to say Caucasians, because Caucasians seem to unalive people in greater numbers.
okay. So
One shooter, 10
okay, yeah,
victims.
CC, hold on one second. So Inverness, if you said to me that white people are more likely to commit a mass shooting, you're right. If you're saying a white kid is more likely to shoot up a school, 100% right. But when we factor in all the murders, okay, whether it's in a school, a church, on the street, wherever, black people are murdering others more. And those are the FBI stats. So regardless of how you and
I'm looking at the same
Well,
hold
who
numbers.
on
gives?
one second,
But here,
CC. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Regardless of how you feel, those are the facts, right? So
well, I
it's
can
either
say,
go
I
ahead.
can say from a law enforcement standpoint, those numbers are skewed, and a lot of
Okay,
these
how are
numbers
they
get. Hold on,
skewed?
let me finish. Some of these numbers get reported at a higher rate because they want funding. So if you continue to
What?
keep your
Okay, so
numbers
you're
equal,
saying there's a whole bunch of made up murders?
I think on both sides. I think
Okay,
so. I
and
think more so on the African American.
when we reach this point, I know I'm dealing with a dumbass, and the conversation is a dead end.
Well, I mean, you can
Okay,
call me
point
a dumb.
blank.
You can
Okay,
call me
so
a
it is what
dumbass
it
all
is,
you want,
Inver.
but you've never been a
What am I
cop.
gonna do?
So what do you do
How
for a
can I
living?
have
What do
a
you do for?
conversation with a
But
grown
no,
ass
but
man that
having a
can't acknowledge
conversation
facts?
doesn't go to calling
It is
somebody a
what it
dumbass.
is.
No, it
Okay,
isn't.
so you could sit up here and say I'm from law enforcement. You're probably a cashier at Wendy's. Like, let's be 100%
Okay,
honest. Okay, because if
my
you're
IBDM.
patrolling our streets, we're in fucking trouble because you are a dumbass. Okay,
And
that's
you're a
simple.
dumbass too.
Yes, no
Now,
problem.
we don't have
I'm a
to
Exactly.
do
dumbass.
that.
I'm the
Right.
dumb
You're a
one.
dumbass for call. You know what?
We don't have to do that, guys. We're
Right. You
grown.
don't have to go that way. Apparently, see the truth. The only thing, one thing I
Inverness,
notice about people.
Inverness,
Hold on.
shut the fuck
The one
up.
thing I
Shut the
know
fuck
about
up,
people
Inverness. Shut
is
up.
when
Shut
the
up.
only
Shut
thing you
up.
can do is call
Just
somebody out of their
imagine.
name
Hold
when you
on. Once
disagree
again,
with them. When you disagree with
Inverness, I
them.
could just do that, okay? Just imagine if we had 8 people from the black community come up here and say, look, there's a problem within our community, and we had
I'm
a bit of
saying
a
that.
think
It's
tank.
bad in our community.
And
It is
we
terrible.
find some ideas on how maybe next year it's not there's not more black on black crime.
And guess
But
what?
instead
Your
we have
baby,
the mathematician up here, Cece, trying to twist numbers.
no, your baby
Like,
daddy.
come on.
Is that your name? Your baby daddy?
You
I'm
could call
calling
me
you
Dave, love.
Dave.
Dave. Yes.
Dave.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Dave. Dave. And don't call me ma'am. I'm old, but I'm not that old. But
Okay, go
Dave,
ahead.
here's what I want to go to your prompt. while you talking about what black on black crime, we dealing with that, and trust me, y'all not coming
Not
over to
very well.
Englewood.
Not very well.
Not very well. You're
Not very
correct.
well.
Not you're right. We got a long ways to go. You're not coming over to Inglewood, Chicago, trying to help solve the
Hell
problem.
no, I'm
So
not.
why are you talking about? Let's talk about your problem that is front and center on the news on every station. A white man killed another white man, and they're in the same camp, and somehow it turned into black on black crime. This is a white on
No,
white crime.
Cece, I'm not even talking about black on black crime. My photo is to display the difference
But you
in
just got
response. So I don't know what,
oh
like, nowhere
oh
on my
so
screen does it
so
say.
so
Go ahead.
here's
It's
the
a different
difference in
response. The fact of the matter, if you look at the
here's the
picture, it
difference.
literally shows that obviously for George Floyd, everybody went
They
crazy,
did.
and
We
they
went
did not
crazy, and
need
I can say that I didn't get caught,
they
but
did
I was
not
part of
need
that.
to sit
I was
back
part of
and
that.
burn down their
Yeah,
own city, their
I'm
own.
proud to burn down. I burn.
They
I'm
didn't.
waiting for something. I wanted to rally on Kurt's behalf, even though I don't like the bigot motherfucker. I
I
wanted
don't
to rally on his
understand. I
behalf,
don't get
but
it. He
but
just had different opinions.
no, he was a racist, and
No, he wasn't. Yeah, you know
Tyler
what the problem
Robinson
is?
is
Is that
now a
again,
civil
he
rights
spoke
activist.
on black crime, and y'all didn't like it, and
But
that's
he
sad.
should be, if he could
It's
speak now, he
sad.
would speak about white on white because I think that concerns him
Oh,
more.
hello. How y'all doing?
If
All
I'm
right,
a
let's
white
go
person,
with Son. Where are you from, Son?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan,
What
54.
brings you up, kind sir?
I just want.
what?
He muted himself. I did
No,
not
I
mute.
didn't. I'm
Good.
here. No, my phone was ringing.
I got you.
Um,
Go ahead, Son.
I'm surprised that we think that the urban experience is the highest numbers of murders ever when you had people cutting babies out of women and taking live little babies, throwing them to gators as bait, calling a human 3/5 of a human while they commit everything that harms. Y'all got to
What,
go back some. Forget what
what
we're
the fuck
doing
are
in
you talking
here.
about?
I'm
He's
He
talking
talking
said y'all
about
about,
got body
Egypt.
counts. Y'all got
yeah,
body
we talking
counts.
about the body
Talk about
counts
Egypt.
and stuff like that. But George Floyd, the knee on George Floyd neck was a reminder that you can be eliminated by a Caucasian
That
European
wasn't the
person
cause of death. I'm
at any
sorry.
time. That's
All
why
right,
we
son,
fighting right.
That
son,
wasn't the
son,
cause of
son.
death.
You got son. Listen, let's just talk facts, right? It is more likely that a white person is killed by the cops than a black person. Do you agree with
It's more
that?
likely that a white
No, let
person
me
is killed by
answer. Let
another
me
white
answer.
person.
Let me answer.
Oh
I
God.
seen a white guy slap the
Just
police,
yes or no,
take
son.
his
Just
gun,
yes or
no,
no,
and
son.
jumped in his car and
Okay.
drove off. No, no.
Okay. All right. So listen, if you guys are coming up here, just do me a favor. Just give me short answers. That way we just keep the ball moving. Okay. Son coming up here talking about cutting like what are we doing? Yins are funny. All right, I'm not looking who connected first.
Hey, it's me, Rich. How you doing?
Rich, I'm fantastic. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I'm with Donald Trump 100%. He's the greatest president that America has ever seen. He's doing a lot of good stuff for America. He's cleaning up this cesspool that we have here. Some things people talk about jobs are not where it's supposed to be. They're losing jobs or companies. Sometimes when you drain the swamp and you do stuff like that, things will look like it's not getting better, but it's definitely will.
All right, I appreciate that. I'm so sorry. What does that say? DJ, where are you from, DJ?
I'm from Florida, down in South Florida.
All right, and what brings you up?
Um, I don't I don't celebrate CK's unaliving. I think that was a horrible thing. But at the same time,
Why? Wait, why is there a but?
say it. Why is
Why is
there a
there a
but?
but?
Because the reason why I say there was is a but is
Okay.
because when Trayvon Martin was unalived, Zimmerman was signing autographs, taking pictures. the weapon he used to unalive Trayvon Martin was actually auctioned off for $250,000.
Okay, I don't give a fuck about an eBay transaction. Like I don't know what that
Well,
has to do with
he was
anything. But
celebrating
DJ,
George
let me
Zimmerman.
just ask you a question, DJ. Why is it that there's been a different type of response? Right, we have one where it has inspired more prayer, and another one 5 years ago where it led to a lot of.
I can tell you
Please, go ahead.
I can tell you exactly why. It's because when George Floyd was unalived, he was unalived by a person, a white T person, in front of everyone. It was a harsh reminder of the setbacks, of all the setbacks that us as people of color has been going
Okay,
through.
so two things. One, a statement. Let's not do fentanyl. Okay, fentanyl is bad, right?
Even
and number two,
y'all like to throw in his
facts,
his
right?
his
We like
his,
to throw in
his
facts.
behavior in with his behavior on the reason why he was unalived, but the mere fact he was unalived by the hands of another person.
I got you. Or the fentanyl. Or the fentanyl. I don't know if you still believe in Santa Claus, then that's fine. If that's fine, I have no problem with it. No problem. I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to judge. But the question is there anything as a white man I could walk out my front door and do that you cannot here in 2025?
Is there anything I cannot? A white person is not going to be judged like a black person. We get judged as soon as we walk out the door.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We are judged. We are judged. We are judged.
Listen, there comes a point, DJ, where you have to wake the fuck up, realize that you live in the greatest country on this planet, and you have every opportunity that I have.
You don't see what's going on in this country right now? A black man was just hung yesterday. We're just hanging from a tree.
Are you talking about Dixie State? There was no cause of death. So why are you jumping to that?
I'm not jumping to that, but it's just clearly fact.
But DJ, you dumbasses did this months ago, and you brought up some case, and then it turns out it was a suicide.
Why are we dumbasses? Why the name calling?
Because to me, just first impression, once again, very bluntly, you are a dumbass.
I'm not a dumbass.
Fair enough. You're a genius. No problem. I'm the dumbass. You're the genius. But you guys, hold on one second, DJ. There were people that came up here and bitched about somebody hanging from a tree months ago, and it turns out it was a suicide. And law enforcement has said that we don't know the cause of death, correct? You agree with that?
Yeah, okay.
So why are you coming up here? Wait, hold on, DJ. So why are you coming up here looking for pity points as if a white man hung him from a tree?
Never said, but you're not saying anything that he did.
Okay, so DJ, let's just recap our conversation, and everybody could judge who's the dumbass. I asked you very directly, what is something that I can do as a white man that you cannot as a black man in this country?
I can walk around in this country. I can walk around.
Your answer was to talk about somebody that possibly committed suicide at Dixie State University. So do you see how just from an independent person, you're not taking sides, how that comes off as very dumb?
No, I don't.
No. Okay. Fair enough. Everything's going well. So can you answer my question directly,
as a person of color? As a person of color, you say, what is it advantage? As a person of color, I can't walk outside without being harassed by the police or wondering if
harassed by the police. I've been pulled over dozens of times.
I haven't. No, let's say I can't be harassed by ICE and say whether I'm from this country or not. I can be a European white person that's illegally in this country and don't get harassed by ICE merely by the color of my skin.
And just very bluntly, you are the problem. It's people like you. You're the problem. It's not white people like me.
How am I under problem?
Okay,
if a white person with ICE looks at me and say, "Oh yeah, he's not from the United States. He sounds different. Let's bag him." But a European can walk down the street and nobody bats an eye.
Okay, sounds good, DJ. At some point, I don't know how old you are, but at some point you'll wake the fuck up and realize that you live. Hold on one second. Hold on. I've heard enough of your bitch ass. I've heard enough of your bitch ass. Okay.
How old are you?
At some point, you will wake the fuck up and realize you're in a country that you can do anything I can do. Okay.
Have you served in the military? Have you served in the military?
If you want to keep playing victim, then keep playing victim. You're just not going to do it here.
How old are you?
So it is what it is, DJ. I'm going to move on to somebody else. hopefully a grown up that can wake the fuck up and realize that this is America, right? So if you want to play victim, and the question I ask often is very simple: how many more generations, how many more decades are we going to have people like DJ play victim for things that happened to their ancestors? I hope the answer is a very small number.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Alaska, how are you?
I'm great. How you doing today?
I'm fantastic. Where are you from, sir?
So I'm from Colorado, and I live in Houston, Texas now.
All right, and what brings you up?
Well, I was just scrolling by, and I heard you and the last gentleman and the little outburst that was going on and what was said. At some point, and I'm gonna try and keep this short. At some point, us as Black people, we have to stop blaming everything that we cannot do the same thing white people can. And I might get some hate in the comments. I don't care. So I come from
Yeah, but
Colorado.
Alaska, can I tell you something? I've been running these lives for a long time.
Mhm.
And what happens to people, I assume you're a black man, is that correct?
Absolutely. Yep.
What
Black as they
happens
come.
is there are your fellow black people that right away, as soon as you say something like that, they call you a coon or an Uncle Tom, etc. I don't understand why that happens. Once again, you're basing things on facts. They're, once again, in their feelings. But why go to the coonery and all that bullshit?
Yeah, it's crazy. And where I was raised in Colorado was predominantly white tea. But then again, I have 200 family members that were, down in other areas. It's a decision. I was never held back by police, by anything from my color. I didn't have to change who I was as a Black man to try and act like I was anything else. But then again, if you keep your nose clean, say you're dealing with the cops. If you keep your nose clean and don't give them a reason to pull you over, you're not going to have a problem. And if they do pull you over,
And
stay
Alaska, if you
calm.
do get pulled over, which I have been plenty of times, maybe just listen to the cop. If they say give
Just
your
listen.
license and registration, don't take
Easy.
off speeding down the road. Just a
Or
crazy
don't get an
idea.
attitude. If you have a firearm, make sure it's legal. It's legal for everybody to have a firearm if you do it the right way. I have firearms in my vehicle every day, but it's legal. And do you have a firearm? Yes, it's concealed on my waistband, sir. What kind is it? Here you go. Hey, have a good day. Easy. Do things right. You don't have to worry about it. Prepare yourself for your future. You can be rich too. I prepared myself for my future. So I'm well off. I made sure to do what I had to do without involving anybody. But I involved anybody. Shit, all of America. I involved all races in my company. And I've never been held back. Stop making excuses. Come on,
All right,
y'all.
I appreciate that, Alaska. I'm so sorry. In the top right, lady, where are you from, lady?
Good morning.
Good morning, sunshine. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I hope you're doing good this morning
I'm
as
great.
well.
What brings you up?
Well, it literally was the previous person that you had on the panel, and I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to kind of come up and just give my take as a Black woman born and raised in Chicago. Just give a quick take on why people of color seem to have this sentiment that they are always oppressed, continually being victimized by another race of people. And they seem to project a certain amount of hate for those people. And I think the reason is that the Democratic Party wants to maintain a hold on the Black community. That hold that they gained based on our vote back in the 60s, they want to maintain that, and they have been maintaining that. And they are not going to give up on that voter base. So, in order to increase that voter base, then they have to bring on another type of individual that they can say is being oppressed. That's the migrant, illegal immigrants. So, they're doing the same thing with the illegal immigrant that they did to the Black community. They're letting the illegal immigrant believe that they are going to be hurt and oppressed by a community of individuals um, who simply wants our country to abide by the laws that we have.
All right, I appreciate that. Let's go to Valley. Valley, where are you from, love?
Hey, good morning. I'm from Arizona.
All right, what brings you up?
Yeah, so I mean, of course, like the prompt is really what I saw initially. Um, and I just, have my own opinions when it comes to, I guess, the division that I'm seeing. I just really wish that there wasn't so much of a divide and that we can all just have a level of empathy and care for each other. As I'm assuming most of the people on here are probably conservative. I don't know what your faith is or if you are a follower of Jesus or if anyone is, but I just feel like we're just falling into a trap where they want to keep us divided and we're just allowing that to happen. If we can all just have a level of empathy for people in general, I feel like that would just change a lot and just kind of care for one another. Not celebrate death, not celebrate destruction, not celebrate the negative that happens for people or to people. I think we have to really kind of have a heart. I think right now, in my opinion, God is revealing people's hearts right now. We're seeing that.
I appreciate that. Mish, I'm so sorry. Where are you from?
Mashaya.
Oh, Mashai, I apologize. On my screen, it just says MISH. But where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
And what brings you up, love?
Okay, so I was just listening to the previous conversation you had with the man that you let go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you just, how you was speaking to him, in my opinion, was very rude.
So
And
do you
every
go around to different broadcasts and give them like a 1-star review, or what do you do?
I didn't get to finish my sentence.
Okay.
Um, it was very rude how you was talking to him. Everybody should be able to have their own opinions about things.
Right, but
And I
you're
just,
not entitled to your own facts. That's the problem.
well,
So
based
anybody
on
that
what?
comes up here
Because
and
there's
tries to say their own facts, that's when I get on your neck and drop your ass. Does that make sense?
get on our necks. So let's talk about it. You just said that
That's crazy.
what makes the white man goes out the house and the black man can't do the same thing as a white
Yeah,
man,
go ahead.
correct? Okay, so prime example of black men definitely get racially profiled often. And then you made a comment and said,
No,
well,
I'm
when the cops
hold on, Mish. Once again, I'm
let me
asking for
finish. Let me finish. I'm
Mish,
trying to
Mish.
finish.
There are
You
plenty of
just
platforms that will allow you to spew your bullshit. This is not one of them. So
Well,
answer my
clearly, because you
question
have
directly,
Trump's,
or I
because
drop your dumb
clearly you
ass.
have a
It's that
Trump
simple
sign in
to
the
me.
back. No, you're race.
Okay.
You are racist.
Okay, so
It's
Mish,
proven.
answer me
It's
directly.
so.
What have I said or done that is racist?
I'm
Go
just
ahead.
trying. I was just trying to explain to you. You kept cutting me off because you don't
Answer
want to
me
hear nobody
directly.
else's
What did
opinion.
I say that was racist? Go
You
ahead.
said, "Oh, when the cops pull you over, just hang your ID over." Why do we automatically
How's
have to
that
just hand
racist?
our ID over if we never committed a
That's the
crime or something
law.
like that?
That's the law.
That is not a law, sir.
That's not
That is not a
racist.
law. That
Wait,
is not a
Mish,
law.
how is it
Then you
racist?
said, and then
Wait,
you said something
Mish, hold
about
on. You're
George
embarrassing
Floyd.
yourself, Mish.
Then you said
How
something
is it
about George
racist for me
Floyd.
to say, hand
Oh my
over your
God. You
license?
keep cutting people off and not let people speak.
Mish, once again, I've
It's
explained multiple times.
Messiah.
Your
It's
racist bullshit. It plays well on
racist
other platforms,
bullshit.
just
Sir,
not
you
here,
got a
baby.
Trump
Just
sign
not
behind
here.
your fucking head. You're a
Okay?
fucking loser.
So once
You are
again,
a
it
fucking
is not
loser.
racist to say
You
if a
are a
police officer
loser.
pulls you over and they ask for your
You
license
are a
to hand it over.
loser.
It's
You
not
know
racist.
you are
I'm sorry,
racist.
Mish.
You know it.
I'm
You know
sorry.
it.
Okay,
You don't
so
like black
you want
people.
to talk
You know
about
it.
something else that I said that was racist? Go ahead,
You
dumbass.
keep cutting me off.
Go
You
ahead.
keep cutting me off.
What else did I say that was racist? Go
You
ahead,
keep
Mish.
cutting me off. Oh, you said George Floyd. Oh, he had drugs in his system.
Correct.
What makes you
That is
think?
a
What
fact.
makes you think white
That
people
is
don't
a
have drugs in
fact,
their
Mish.
system? What makes you think white people don't have drugs in their system? Is black people the only people that have drugs in their system? No, they're
Like,
not.
do you hear
No, they're
yourself
not.
talk? Do you hear what the fuck is coming out of your mouth?
White people use more drugs than black people. Let's be fucking for real.
Okay, no problem. That
Let's
doesn't
be
change the
fucking for
fact that
real.
George Floyd
Let's be
had
for
fentanyl
real.
in the system.
Let's talk about Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was a kid. Did he have
But
drugs in
wait,
his
hold on.
system?
I'm looking for the
Absolutely not. He did
statements
not.
that I.
He was a child.
Okay,
He was a
hold on.
child.
He was a
Exactly.
child. He was a child.
He was.
Mish, get the fuck out of here. Okay, point blank. Okay, you can't sit there and say, Dave, you're a racist. And then I say, well, what did I say that was racist? The first claim you made was that if you get pulled over, you should hand over your license. I don't know how that's racist, but whatever. You're the star. And then it was me saying that George Floyd had fentanyl in his system. I don't know how that's racist. And that's what I'm saying, Mish. You're very dumb. Point blank, dumb as fuck. That's simple. All right. What's your name and where are you from?
K-Town Mo. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
All right. You ready for the National Guard to come rolling in there or no?
Uh, I got some spots I can put them.
Okay, very good. And what brings you up, K-Town?
Well, I was listening to the arguments, and you know, do anybody ever look at anything with nuance? You can say that in some cases, maybe blacks commit more crime. However, we only make up 13% of the country, and whites commit more crime because they have more people. And
All
you
right, K-Town,
generally,
K-Town, just stop there, okay? Before
all right,
you go down this road, okay? Two things I want to point out. The last time the FBI put out a full year of numbers, right?
right,
Um, 51.2% of the murders, they were black people. Okay, that's
okay,
13% of the population arrested for 51% of the murders. And somebody came up here and said, Dave, listen, these are the arrests, not the convictions. So then I went and looked at the convictions, and the number actually went up to 55%. So for
right,
you to come up here in your opening statement, it's just not true, right? You might feel that way, but factually not true.
okay. Here's my question
Just
to
one more
you.
thing, and then I'll let you respond. On the table that and this was weeks ago, but we brought up table 43A, and there was 29 different crimes listed on this table. And you would
Okay,
think for all 29, the percentage of the black population should be around 13%. Maybe some a little bit higher, maybe some a little bit lower. But what happened was all 29 categories, the black percentage was higher than 13%.
okay. And your point. What? See, I'm solutions based. What's the solution to our problem? How can you
Okay,
help
go
us out?
ahead. So my question is to you, do you think that black people in your community are more likely to listen to you or a cracker like myself?
Well, sometimes they need to hear cracker. They may not want to hear,
Interesting.
but when you have solutions, sometimes people who are actually trying to do better and get out and be a pillar in their community may listen. See, I was on this and I hear you guys going back and forth calling each other names. I just want solutions. I don't care where they come from.
Well, how
I
about
don't
number
care.
one? How about number one that we acknowledge that there's a problem?
I,
Because the
I just said
majority
that.
of people that come up here don't even want to acknowledge facts.
Man, I grew up in Chicago in the 80s, 85 through 91, when in Chicago we had 979 murders in 1991, 70,000 violent crimes. How am I going to come up here and tell you that's not true
Oh,
when I
oh,
lived
I'm
it?
so sorry. Did you not hear the last few guests that were up here?
Yeah, because they haven't lived. Some people live differently. I've lived it, man. I've seen my people unalived in the streets, gutted in the streets. I'm looking for solutions, brother. I don't care where they come from. I
I
don't care
appreciate that.
that when Mayor Daley was here, no one said a word. I wish they were screaming like this in the 80s when they had drugs everywhere where they could help families and young kids play outside. That's what I wish. Not waiting until now until you get a guy that they don't like in office, and the reason to go against everything he says is because the way he's doing it. I wish he would come here
Amen.
and sit down with people and come out with a solution, and all of them stop acting like kids and and get some solutions to these systemic problems in our neighborhoods. I'm not
But
going to
H Town,
blame you
I
for
must
that.
tell you, there was a very nice black man that came up here and had the same concepts that you did. And there was three or four other black people on the panel, and they decided to berate him and call him a coon and an Uncle Tom and tap dancing for the white folk. That's the problem. If
brother.
if
I,
everybody had your mindset, this country would be much better off, and I mean that
but I'm not.
sincerely.
And do you think I walk, get up every day, do the right thing, right, and go in here and I'm looking for solutions so that my people can progress. Things can get better. These kids can play outside. They can get educated. They can have better lives. I'm on the downside. I'm 58. Hopefully, I can get 20 or 25 more years out of this body. So I can't sit here and worry about what people say about me when they're not even. They just want to argue. And that's not me. I'm sorry. That's just not me. I can disagree with you and tell you, and the numbers are the numbers. Statistics are statistics. And people have to realize that and look at it and say, man, I'm sitting there on the couch and I'll land my plane after this, and I see 8 people unalive, 50 people shot, and you're sitting there like, what is going on? These aren't white people. When I got out of the military, I had to speak in front of young men, and I say, why do you guys urinate in the hallways of where you live? How are you going to blame a white person for this? You live here. Pick up the trash in front of your home. It's your home. Have pride in where you live. I'm from the ghetto. And I love to say I'm from the ghetto. You know why? Because right now I'm downtown Chicago, getting ready to walk in my office and provide transportation for everybody in a 6-county region. So, and I'm not special. So I know everybody can do it.
I
And I lay
appreciate
my
you,
plane.
H Town, because once again, if the ghettos, and you said it was the ghetto, not me, if the ghettos were filled with a whole bunch of you, uh, it would not be the way that it is now. Okay,
And
and I
Dave,
appreciate you.
yeah, and Dave, they are these people who make excuses, right? I have buddies who they had 2 parents in the home and they still did the wrong thing and they ended up behind bars. My mom had us, and I was my father passed when I was 16. Strong woman, made sure you educated yourself, look people in the eye and judge them on how you see them, how they treat you, how you treat them. And that's what I put in my kids. There's this bickering, and when people say they profile black people, come on, man, we know that's true. I've been profiled before. You think I haven't been thrown on the ground in the city of Chicago? And they generally just let us go. Was it right? No. But guess what? We complied. We stayed alive. And that doesn't always happen. And there's always going to be bad, no matter where you put people. There's going to be bad police. There's going to be bad investors. There's going to be bad people where I work. Try and be the good person. Point out things that are wrong and different and have solutions to it. And thanks for letting me up, man.
H Town, I appreciate you, and I just want to say this: that I have a conference call starting in 10 minutes, and I cannot think of a better way to just end this live. And I mean this sincerely, that if there were a lot more H towns coming up here and less CCs and Mishes and stuff like that, Mishea, whatever her name was, this country would be much better off. So follow me. I'll be back at some point later on tonight. I hope you have a great day. And once again, shout out to that man, H Town. I appreciate him. And let's end on that note.